Yo, what is up? What is up? It's Key, and we're back with another 7,200 second podcast. And we about to get the guys rolling in here. First, let me fix some things up here real quick. Give me a second. Nope, not that one. Can never get these right the first time. But whatever. F it. But I got the hardest working man on the network here with me. We got Coach Donte. He's in the building. What's going on, Coach?
What's good, everybody? How you doing? Shout out to the network. Shout out to Key. Shout out to everybody, man, that support the channels. Shout out to Babe in the chat, Auntie Six in the chat, and coming down. Had the last game of the night, college game of the night was epic. Comeback by Kansas, representing the Big 12. Told people stop playing with that damn Big 12. That team, that conference, nothing to play with. But we got some NBA talk, of course, NFL talk. Got some big news, and we heading down to the wire in the NBA season.
Oh yeah, and I got my guy from the Philly Sports Talk podcast. We got Robert. He is in the building.
Yo, not much. Not sponsored by Edmonds Pop-Ins.
Oh, you got some Edmonds. Okay, we got
Well, technically Pop-Eds for rich frosted donuts.
We got Edmonds going on. Give a little shout out to the chat. What's going on, Taco? Shayna, what's going on? On T6, what's going on? Iris and Vlog, let's go. Team Elite, what's going on?
What's good? What is
going on? But we gonna get down to the nitty gritty. The national championship games, the men and the women's games. We seen South Carolina get their second national championship under Dawn Staley. Aaliyah Boston, man, another double. Destiny Henderson went off. What's going on, Burn? What's going on, Chad? Destiny Henderson went off. Aaliyah Boston took down the UConn Huskies and broke Gino's 11-0 record. Donte, what about that game?
Hey, man. Hey, that was the most consistent girls team that I watched in South Carolina. Destiny Henderson knows how to play point guard. Zaya Cook is very, very good. Sometimes she's on and off. But let me tell you something about Aaliyah Boston. That's not no lady. That's a goddamn man right there up under that basket. When you go up under that basket, that is that girl doghouse. That girl averaged the most double-doubles. Broke a record on them double-doubles throughout the whole season. Me and Key been watching this girl throughout the whole season. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with when she gets to the NBA. This girl is a bad girl, man. That's not no lady. That's a man up under that basket, getting rebounds, going up, doing post moves, up and under post moves, getting extra possessions, playing hard. And when she plays hard, that reflects on the whole team. And Coach Don Staley, everybody, if you know Coach Don Staley, if you watch
shout out to Philly.
I mean, that girl, Don Staley, is one of the greatest WNBA point guards of all time. But congratulations to Coach Staley and South Carolina Gamecocks. But that girl, Leah Boston, that's no lady. That's
Leah Boston winning the Wooden Award too at the same time.
Yep, that's a lady. That's a man up under that basket. She's better than some top centers. Some of these centers in the NBA right now. She's better. Basketball right now.
Damn,
she played basketball.
No, that's a fact, yo. Like
that's
she's
amazing.
Enough.
He's good.
You know why she's so
a
good?
Stud, though.
Do you know why she's so good? Do you know who she worked out with? Tim Duncan.
Oh,
she worked out with Tim
wow.
Duncan.
You love to see it. I think another one I feel like is going to be another player. I think you could probably do make the same argument for Caitlin Clark too. Probably one of the greatest 3-point shooters in women's college basketball too. Like, woo!
No, the girls had a couple of shooters. They had Emily. What's Emily?
Emily something.
What's that? Stanford?
I think
that was Louisville. You talking about Louisville?
Yeah, Louisville.
No, that was Emily. It was Emily something. I couldn't pronounce their last name. It was Emily, and it was Smith. It was Smith who was really good.
And then NC State got that tall girl too. I forget her name. The center girl got her. I forget her name, but she got some good game. Like whoever goes to
basketball, they got some talent. No matter what score you're going to. You got Iowa, Caitlin Clark. I mean, hell, even you could definitely make the argument too. Like when Asia Thomas, or is that what's her last name? Oh God, I'm drawing my blank here. But yeah, I mean, it's just like Aaliyah Boston was just like, good lord, like it's like good. She's like the I was about to say she's like the Joel Embiid of women's college basketball. I feel like she's that dominant.
And she broke the double double record. It was like
That's
20 or
crazy.
9. It was a whole. I forget how many she did consistently, but she broke that record.
Damn.
And for her to shout out Candace Parker, who was in the crowd, that was dope. That was dope.
Yep.
But go on to the men. Kansas with that upset, that comeback. Dante, you did that game last night. Talk about it.
Like I said, I thought North Carolina at the end of the at the beginning of the game, they was dominant. They was really, really good. Their defense was really, really good against Kansas. Kansas was a little bit of discombobulated on the offensive side of the ball. North Carolina was making some good shots. They was making a lot of things happen in the first half. They went up by 16. They were totally outplaying Kansas, and Hubert Davis was totally outcoaching Bill Self. But then that second half came. So that second half remind me of when Miami was up 35-29 against Kansas, and Kansas made a beat them on a flourish of run. That's what Kansas did. Martin was good off the bench, who knocked down 2 corner threes. Abaji is going to be a top 15 pick in the NBA coming up. McCormick was definitely good. Made some clutch shots on the defensive side, clutch plays on the defensive side, and a couple of hood shots. I wish Armando Bancotton gets well. He got hurt at the 38 seconds in the ball game. Devastating for him. But I thought Bill Self and Kansas outcoached in the second half. It was a completely big turnaround. And Caleb Love stunk last night. He played well throughout this whole tournament, but last night was not his night. He stunk last night, and it was just a better coaching job and a better basketball playing and better defense on the defensive side in that second half by Kansas. And like I say, shout out to Kansas for representing the Big 12, but Kansas came out with a great knockout punch in the second half and totally dominated and outplayed, North Carolina. And North Carolina offense got stagnant.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Kansas a lot of credit too for beating, and I can't be mad at my Villanova Wildcats. Unfortunately, like obviously not having Justin Moore, I think kind of what I feel like what held us back. But I think Kansas overall, I feel like I can admit this too. I've underestimated Kansas a little bit. I was kind of sleeping on them, but their 3-point shooting was just second to none against it. Some of these and me and Key can attest to this too. They outshot us from three, almost like 70 or 80% from three. So it's just crazy. This Kansas team is just so talented, and a lot of people were sleeping on them. I can hold my hand up to that. I slept on Kansas because I felt like they were going to hit a roadblock.
No, definitely Kansas came out swinging against Villanova. I mean, Villanova was able to cut it to single digits, but they just couldn't pull the trigger. You definitely can tell that Justin Moore was definitely missing that Villanova squad. But hey, they went to the Final Four. I mean, Villanova and Jay Wright.
Thank God he did not leave. Thank God he did not leave Villanova, because that program, Villanova basketball is Jay Wright's pride and joy. That's all I gotta say. No matter how much money Villanova or Jay Wright's gonna get offered, he's like, nah, fuck y'all guys. I'm staying. And the fact that it's just like he's solidifying himself one of the greatest Villanova head coaches for the last 20 years. It's like, I mean, definitely isn't Donte leading the Basketball Hall of Fame too?
I think so. Yep.
I was about to say, because she's not. She needs to get her ass in there, because it's just like Dawn Staley. Just like I could say like she's like the Jay Wright of women's basketball, because she does not put like, if you fuck up, she's gonna let you hear it.
This is how you know Dawn Staley is a good coach, because anybody else with a normal coach would have did this. Not saying Dawn Staley's not normal, but when they played, who did they play in the final? It was the Final Four.
That was Louisville.
It was Louisville, right?
Yeah, Louisville.
Louisville went on a 12-0 run. So what if a team goes up on a 12-0 run? What do most coaches do? You call a timeout to slow down that momentum, right? No, Dawn Staley was like, I trust my team. They went on a 12-0 run and they flipped it and went on a 5-0 run. She didn't call a timeout at all. That's a coach that believes in her team. And when she gets pissed, she get the yelling. Oh, it's a wrap.
Like she's like, oh yeah, like she's the one coach. It's just like she's one of those coaches like she like know how to keeps their players in line. Like it's just it's impressive to see. And hey, look, I mean, when you piss her off, like that's when they bring out the Philly in her.
Pretty much.
I'm just saying, don't fuck with people from Philly. I can say
that
much.
A lot of people forgot about that Dawn Staley played in the WNBA. A lot of people
I never knew that. That's for me. That's news to me. Because I mean, I do pay attention to I do pay attention to the WNBA from time to time. That I didn't know. I thought she was just like the Jay Wright, just be like a head coach for years.
No, she was in the WNBA.
Well, that's good news.
For a minute. She was in there for a while. Hold on, I'm about to tell you what team she was on because I forget actually.
That's just cool.
Yeah, she reached a WNBA championship during her 8. She was in the WNBA for 8 years.
Jesus.
That's right. She was with the Charlotte Sting. I remember the Charlotte Sting, and then she fell to. Oh, her team lost to the Sparks.
Oh, were the Sparks so good that year? If I'm not mistaken, from what I remember.
Yes, and the Sparks is my team in the WNBA. What's going on, AK?
That's a good. See, that's the thing too. I mean, obviously we got the Sixers, but fuck, we don't have a WNBA team. It
was rumored a long time ago that the Philly was supposed to get one, and it never came. Yeah,
because for me, I kind of always liked For me, well, since I kind of got into WNBA a lot later than I should have been, I kind of was leaning between the Aces or the Chicago Sky.
Yeah, no, I'm
going to be leaning. I think next year, I think I'm leaning more to the Aces because I'm really liking what I think. I enjoy. I thought Becky Hammond was a great assistant, and I'll say this too. It's just like the fact that she doesn't like. It's just crazy to see how she's the highest paid WNBA coach, but she can't even get a job in trying.
Mark Davis, got her ass out of San Antonio. Was like, yo, come to the Aces. I give you some money.
Hey, look, I'll take.
She's definitely going to turn that Aces team around now. I wouldn't be surprised if they go
because they got some good talent on that team. I can say that for sure from some of the games that I've seen.
But I've been a WNBA fan since the WNBA started. I'm telling y'all my age. What WNBA been out 20 some odd years now? Yeah, so I'm telling y'all my age, and I've been a LA Sparks team from the gate. That's the only LA team that I would tell you I like. So I've been a Sparks.
Did Candace Parker play for the Sparks at one point in her career too?
Yes, she did. She won a championship.
That's crazy that I still remember that, even though I'm younger than Key.
She won a championship with the Sparks.
Okay,
and
makes sense.
She went to Chicago and won a championship with Chicago, so they're the reigning champs. But let's get on to the nitty gritty of the 7,200 seconds. We got a little bit of NHL with a little bit of NFL. Colin Kaepernick still wants to play, y'all. He already knows he's not going to be a starter, but he did say he'll be a backup. You think that could be possible? What team would take him as a backup?
Oh shit! Are you talking about Colin Kaepernick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. Let's. That's a tough one. Because I think most teams got a backup. I think the only team that I don't think that might have a backup, and that's the 49ers. But I don't think he's going to go back to the 49ers. That's the only one team I can think of that can need someone like a backup. Because I think, and look, say what you want about Kaepernick, I think he's still a good NFL talent, even though some of the shit that he pulled. But that's a whole another situation in itself. See, that is for me. I don't know. That is the hard thing to answer. So I'm going to go and I'm going to pull Donte and go NA.
Donte.
Now, I think with Colin Kaepernick, I think the Seattle Seahawks will be obvious. Will be a very good choice, but I don't think Pete Carroll actually want him at this point. but I think Colin Kaepernick is showing some. I think against Michigan in that spring game, he had a little halftime show, a throwing session at that point. But I think him being with Seattle, I think by far nobody kind of trusts Drew Lock like that. I think he can be fine in Seattle. And I wouldn't be surprised. Pittsburgh can be an option too. Can also be an option. To be behind Kyle Rudolph. To be behind Mitchell Trubisky. I think he can still be an option. I think he still can be good. So I think Seattle. I would rather go Seattle as a choice.
Look, if you want to be real, just hear me out. You know how he's always talking about old quarterback factory.
Don't even start.
I would not mind having Colin Kaepernick as a backup to Jalen Hurts. You know why? We ain't gotta pay him that much.
That's
you don't gotta.
Yes.
He would be a cheap backup. And you really want Garner Minshew as a backup in case something happens?
I mean, actually, now that I think about it, I mean, it is an upgrade over, and that's
it's
the thing
an
too.
Upgrade to your backup. I'm just saying, Kaepernick is.
And I think too. I think Kaepernick. I can think it can give a little bit more to Jalen Hurts because obviously he's been around the block. What? How long? He hasn't played in the league since 2016, if my memory serves me.
Look, Howie like taking chances on people. Jeff like taking chances. Look what happened with Michael Vick.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Vick.
I would call him. Bring him in for preseason. Never
see how he does.
You never know. You never know.
That's true.
Eagles fans would go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd have been the first to tell you right here. April 5th, I stated it. Kaepernick could be a backup. Frank Gore is going to retire, but he's going to retire as a 49er. Of course, Frank Gore is, I think, third all time.
I think he's probably the top. I think he's probably the same. I mean, the fact he's lasted long in this league is very surprising. That longevity. Usually, running backs don't last that long in the NFL anymore.
Definitely not. Frank Gore is definitely going to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely. Because if he's not, then we're going to have a fucking problem.
Oh yeah, he's third. He's third in the NFL in rushing.
Oh wow!
All time.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, he played with Buffalo. He played with the Jets last year. You didn't really see him in too many games, but Frank Gore is calling it a quits after 16 seasons.
Holy
He's
shit.
played with the 49ers, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Jets, Buffalo. He plans to sign a one-day contract so he can retire. So
I'm guessing he spent majority of his career with San Fran. Okay. Mm-hmm. What's he, like 34, 35? How long has he been in there? He looks pretty young for a guy in his early to mid 30s.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 2005 from 2014. He was with San Fran.
Damn, that's crazy.
So the Patriots got Devontae Parker. That's a good upgrade for Mac Jones because Mac Jones really didn't have a receiver like that. You think that'll you think he'll be good with the Patriots?
Yes, but I think the Buffalo Bills are going to be a tough team to beat in that division.
Donte?
I'm going to say I like the move, but I don't think it's going to put him over the top of the Buffalo Bills. I think the Dolphins are going to be pretty decent too, but I only think they're going to make I got them making a wild card spot as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I believe Devontae, if anybody that can make Devontae a better player, it would be Coach Bill Belichick because he knows what he's doing. And even though losing Josh McDaniel, I still think he's going to find a way to keep this team competitive. And he's going to find some offensive coordinator that's going to be very, very good for his system and stuff. So I still think the Patriots are going to be pretty tough. I don't think they will beat the Bills out for the division. And I literally think the Miami Dolphins are going to make a wild card spot. But I think the Patriots are going to be tough, though, still. I think the move does help them out, too, at that receiver position.
Absolutely. Because if I'm not mistaken, was Devontae Parker would have been what, number 3 on Miami because he had Jalen Waddle. Now they brought in
Tyreek Hill, yeah.
Tyreek Hill, and that's the thing too. It didn't. And if I'm going crazy, did not say Matt Patricia was actually going to get considered for being the offensive coordinator for the Patriots too, so that Belichick might bring back Matt Patricia.
If I'm not mistaken,
I read about that somewhere that they might bring him back. And I might be going crazy, but yeah, I do think and that's the thing too. I think call me crazy, but I do think Miami can. I think Miami might overtake that second place spot from New England because it's not going to be by much, but I think like Donte said, Buffalo pretty much has that division locked down. But when it comes to the 2 and 3, it's a very close race between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. And that's a good point from Let It Burn.
Matt Patricia is the senior football advisor for the Patriots.
Oh, good Lord.
Tua has weapons and
no excuses.
No excuses. That's facts.
That would be funny if they took his brother.
And they upgraded the offensive line.
Exactly.
They got Raheem Mostert. So again, we'll see what Tua does. I mean, he does have no excuses now.
Well, at least his brother might come for his job.
Well, that depends on if his brother's ready to come out. I don't think his brother's ready to come out yet. His brother's okay though in Maryland. He ain't bad.
He's at Maryland. Wow.
Yeah, he's in Maryland. He's not half bad. All right, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of this Eagles trade here with the Saints. Let me break it down. I get y'all opinions on it. So the Eagles have traded with the New Orleans Saints. The picks. So the Saints are going to get 2022 first round pick, which is the Eagles 16th pick, and they get our 19th pick and the 194th pick in the 6th round. The Eagles will get the 18th pick. We still get to keep number 15. So we still have 2 picks in the first round. We get the 2022 third round pick, number 121. So we move up earlier in
we
get a 7th round pick. We get New Orleans next year's first round pick and their second 2024 pick. Now, when I seen this, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, Howie, what the hell are you doing?
But if you looked at it closely, like we moved up in some spot. So there's the fact we have 2 first round picks this year, 2 more yet next year. It's like, yeah. I mean, at first I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, oh, Howie. But then again, looking at it, it's like the fact that we sent them 3 picks, but we got more of them back. So I think we kind of fleeced the New Orleans Saints a little bit.
Howie already got a new contract, Burn. He signed him 3 more years.
Shockingly.
But like I said, when I first seen this contract, I was like, Howie, what are you doing? What the hell? And then I had to go back and look at it. I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at this. I get it.
At least move
of my mind, I'm like, y'all not solely in on Jalen Hurts.
And I think Arby said this. I think Arby, and I think a couple other people said. I think Hunter Brody said this too. And like that's pretty much like it's kind of like where that's kind of like their future. It's like they're starting with their future. So in case Jalen Hurts doesn't work out, obviously we know this quarterback class is absolute crap. I mean, there's some decent talent in there, but it's not as great as in years past. But obviously not as great going to be great as next year because with Bryce Hall,
Bryce Young, and CJ Stroud.
Or Bright. Did I say Bright? Oh fuck! I just thinking about this. Oh shit!
You know what I mean? Think about this trade.
I would give it at least a B. What I fear, I'm gonna make a bold prediction, and y'all record me when I say this. Howie Roseman is gonna trade up in this year's draft to get somebody, and you know what that means when you trade up to get somebody. You have to give up another first round pick. So that means the Eagles will have 1 first round pick only. Well, they will have 2 picks. They will have 2 picks, but they will have an additional 1 more. They will have additional 1 more in that first round, probably to give up. But you're going to have to basically give up a first round to go get somebody, to give up another pick to go get somebody. So again, the Eagles will trade up to go get somebody, whether it's a Sauce Gardner, whatever the player they want, they will trade up. So I think that will be the only Eagles to have 1 pick in that first round, because you have to trade the next pick to give up get the player that you want, and you're gonna have to call. And what makes this so kind of upsetting as when you want to move up in a draft, you got to tell a team who you're trying to get.
Mm-hmm.
You got to communicate with the team or who you trying to get, because that player you may trying to get, you never know. They may try to get them. They may try to get them as well. So you got to tell those teams who you want in that first round, who you want to get in that first.
And plus, the owners and the GMs definitely gotta be smart. So why would this person be calling me moving up? You must be after so and so.
So you gotta tell.
That's definitely what happened with about Devontae Smith. So how we called Jerry, it was like, "Hey Jerry, let's screw the Giants here because they're taking Devontae Adams. We need a wide receiver, and y'all need Michael Parsons. So let's do a split flop."
Yeah, you gotta tell them. If you move up, you gotta tell them. You gotta tell them who you want. If you move up, you gotta tell them.
That's definitely strategy too, because it's actually like
absolutely. Because it's like, and like Giants fans like, oh, you can't trade in the bitch. It's like they're. I'm just saying, but yeah, like communication is key. It's just like I even looked at it, and when we traded Dallas, I was like, oh, do I have to really fucking say this? We're like, thank you, Jerry, for like helping us out here. And either way,
the Giants here, because guarantee you,
they were going to take Devontae Smith anyways.
They was taking Smith, and
that got
Tony fell to them.
Yeah, and I think last time I checked, man, their offensive lineman has more touchdowns than their wide receiver core. That's embarrassing. But CJ Stroud, I've watched some tape on. So is Bryce Young. Will Anderson, I don't know much about, unfortunately. I'll say that much. But yeah, it's just like, for me, it's just like, with this trade, it's just like, obviously, we got 2 first-round picks. Now, let's say we want to get Sauce Gardner. For me, I want to take that risk, but
would it have to be a first round this year, or could you say, "Oh, I'll give you a first round next year"?
That's a good question, because who knows if there's going to be a better talent, especially this year's first rounder. I would not hesitate to give up a first and a second. Maybe you give up a next year first rounder, but if it has to take it to this year's first rounder, screw it. I'll take that risk and get the player that I want. It could either be, Nakobe Dean, either Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis. I know a lot of people, I've been criticized because I picked Jordan Davis in my mock draft. It's just like, I know a lot of people have his cons about it, but the dude's kind of has exceptional talent for an offensive lineman. So for me, I'd rather take that risk. But if there was like a good player that fell down to like 15 or 18, I'll just stay where I am. So it's a 50-50.
It's definitely possible Hamilton drops.
Oh yeah, I see. I doubt it. I think he won't go past 3 for me for Kyle Hamilton. As much as I love Kyle Hamilton, there's no way in hell he's going past 3. If he goes past 3, I'll be shocked.
I'm telling you, if he drops, he better not make it to 13 because the Texans can't pick him. The Texans can't
right. That's right.
We got 2 picks. We got 3 and 13. So if he does drop the Texans, if he drops at least,
by the way, that's the works out for the Texans.
They can actually get them too. Y'all
got the best of both worlds, Donte, because y'all got two good picks, 3 and 13. That's not bad.
And we got a second. We can possibly get a second rounder for Brandon Cooks too. And somebody's gonna take that bait.
Get on the goddamn phone.
Somebody can take that bait. Somebody will take that bait.
Hey, we'll throw a second round at you.
Hey, we'll take it. We won't mind taking it. That's another impact player.
Because I really like Brandon Cooks, though. I think he's very underappreciated.
Yeah, he has a 1,000-yard season every year.
Yep, every year. Except 2 seasons. He played 8 years. 6 of those seasons, 1,000 yards. That's pretty good. That's consistent.
Only way the Eagles fans remember him is cracking him. Michael Jenkins laid him out with New England. Woo!
Oh my God, where he became like a hospital comatose meme when the memes started flying in.
But
oh man, how ironic would that be?
Wow, is it time for Trey Lance in San Fran? Y'all think it's time, or is Jimmy G going to start?
I think it is time for Trey Lance because I think. Yeah, granted, what's a short sample size for Trey Lance, but I think he might be ready to take over for Jimmy G, because I think and I'll say this too. What was the point of trading up to the number 3 spot in order to draft a quarterback if you still have Jimmy G at the time. But now we're seeing let him go. Now the question is, who's going to take Jimmy G? It's going to be an interesting thing to look at. But for me, and some of the 49ers that fans I know, obviously with CG, the 49ers Ultimate Report. I've talked to I think a few of them. I think and Tay Rock too. I know that. I think let Trey Lance to take a shot. I think this kid's got, even at college, like I like his skill set. I think he can bring more to the table than Jimmy G. Obviously, he's a little bit younger, but I think the talent is there. The ceiling is there for Trey Lance. So for me, all in all, I say yes. Let him take over.
Yeah, I say it's time. That as soon as they picked him at number 3, you already know Jimmy G didn't have much time left, and they still gonna look for trade options. So I think the starting quarterback will be Trey Lance under center for the 49ers. I think he will be up under center. He definitely will be up under center. The 49ers are definitely sold up on him. I think he's got a lot of upside. I don't think he's going to be a bad quarterback. I think he's going to fit right into that offense that Kyle Shanahan wants to call. And I think he's going to definitely benefit from him. And it's going to make the San Francisco 49ers offense more unstoppable because you do got to count for him and for his legs. The only thing you got to look questionable arm a little bit, but I think with his legs being more dangerous, I think it's going to make them more dangerous. And Jeff Wilson and Elijah Mitchell had a great season as a rookie.
And don't burn on Deebo, goddammit.
Deebo Samuel, if none of their running backs get hurt, Deebo Samuel is going to be lethal at that receiver position. And it's going to open up Brandon Ayuk, and it's going to open up Kittle. And you got a lot of weapons now all of a sudden with that 49ers team. So I think Trey Lance will be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers on day one, on opening day.
Absolutely. I think, and like Donte said, in other words, like they're just going to open up a can of whoop ass, basically. The words of Stone Cold.
Might get traded before during the draft if San Fran does that. Y'all know
that might be a possibility. Because we've seen like some crazy shit over the years during draft day. So we've seen it. That's kind of irrelevant, but it's like no matter what sport draft day is, or if everyone's not seen the movie, which I hope you guys do, but I just do think we have seen crazy stuff. So I would not be surprised if they do so.
So I'm sitting here looking at McShay's mock draft, and he upgraded it.
Oh damn.
He got Aiden Hutchinson going to the Jags.
Ooh.
He has Trayvon Walker going to Detroit.
Oh, wow.
The DN from Georgia. He got Kayvon Thibodeau falling to the 3 to the Texans.
I mean, Donte, I would guess Donte wouldn't mind that to help out.
I wouldn't mind if we get offensive linemen. I wouldn't mind anything. We need help all over the field anyway. I wouldn't mind. His trajectory spot is that spot, but it can go lower than that as well. The lowest.
I think 5 for me. I feel like 5 is the lowest. If he goes past 5, then we have a problem. So I don't know if what and I can say this too. Like, and I think we can take it from experience. Like us, when we drafted Carson Wentz, we didn't realize about the foot injury he had in college. And a lot of people would think, he would have.
And we traded up. We didn't. We didn't trade up to get Carson.
We drafted Carson. No. Wait a minute, because we traded with Cleveland. Because
y'all traded.
Yeah, we traded up to get Carson. And that one of those picks turned to be Deshaun Watson. It's like, fuck. I was like, damn it. I was looking back at it, and then once we traded him to the Colts and they found out the foot injury he had, it's like, oh, like how bad.
Imagine if we would have had Deshaun Watson. Like, what the hell is Howie thinking? Like, I just don't understand.
That fucking Russell Wilson back in 2012. Like, what the fuck? God damn.
Y'all remember that little picture I saw in the group chat when Howard Roseman came out and said, "I regret not drafting Russell Wilson."
No, that was Jeffrey Lurie.
Jeffrey Lurie or whoever that was came out and said, "I regret not drafting Russell Wilson." I said, "I'll be honest."
We could have had Russell Wilson in his prime.
I say, don't regret it now, man. Don't regret it.
Now we're regretting it.
He got Garrett Wilson going to Ohio with the Jets. Now the Jets is making some moves. Now imagine if they did add Garrett Wilson. They already got
can see that
with Elijah Moore.
Yeah, because they do need one more wide receivers. Because I think Elijah Moore, I think I like what I saw. I feel like I think Denzel Mims. I feel like it's turned into a bust to some extent, but I don't know. I feel like Denzel Mims is just kind of falling down to earth.
I still think the Jets gonna get all these upgrades and still don't go nowhere. So
And they're just going to end
don't
the
matter.
season. There you go.
They got the Giants taking that offensive tackle from NC State. Whose name I can't pronounce. Ukowu.
And Kawu?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then you got
I always had him going to. Even in my mock draft, I always had him going to the Giants.
then you got Carolina picking up Pickett.
Oh,
Kyle Hamilton drops to the Giants at 7.
Oh, fuck no. I think
Kyle Hamilton drops to 7.
I don't know, but
why do you think his stock is falling? Is it something we don't know?
I'm pretty sure it's something.
It's the combine. I guarantee you it's the combine.
Probably.
Because
usually also injury histories too that could also take a factor into. Because I mean, look at Carson Wentz, for example. Like I mentioned, when we traded him to the Colts to get that technically condition round, which turned into a first rounder, was that foot injury. A lot of people didn't see that foot injury, so.
Oh, his pro day was bad. Oh,
okay. That's even worse too.
Yeah, nobody believes in Zach Wilson. What's going on, normal guy? They got Jake London going to Atlanta.
Okay.
Evan Neal going to the Seattle.
Ooh,
then they got Sauce Gardner going to the Jets. They got Chris Olave going to Washington. Derek Stingley to Minnesota. And then 13, he got y'all taking Charles Cross, Donte.
Okay, that's not a bad pick.
Not bad.
I actually really do like what I saw seeing out of Charles Cross. I think this guy has what are you like 6'6", like 300 something odd pounds. Because I know I read from when I saw the scout report, he's very agile for a guy his size. So hey, I'll take that. Or
he got Baltimore taking Jermaine Johnson. He got the Eagles taking McDuffie. He got the Saints at 16 taking offensive lineman. And then he says that the Chargers are going to trade with the Chiefs.
Oh, shit.
They said the Chiefs is going to move up to get a pass rush, a pass catcher.
For me, like with the McDuffie pick, I said I'd rather have Booth. Because I think Booth, can bring a little bit more than Trent McDuffie. So for me, I feel like Trent McDuffie is more like an early second rounder, in my honest opinion. I think a lot of people could maybe that's just me. That's how I just see sometimes I evaluate some talent. For me, I prefer Andrew Booth Jr. and a Clemson. That's just me. Well, obviously, because I am a Clemson fan when it comes to college football.
He got Kansas City moving up to 17 to get
I gotta see Jake's reaction when that happens.
Williams. He got the KC moving up to get Jameson Williams. Because they needed
okay, I can see that. That's a possibility.
I said something like that too. I remember when I said something to Eric about that. What if KC Jameson Williams? What if they end up getting that guy? End up landing with that guy? That'd be crazy.
Then they got the Eagles at 18 going Devin Lloyd.
Because I said I would rather have Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd, one of those two. I'll take that.
And then the Saints get Jordan Davis.
Fuck. But again,
Malik Willis will go to Pittsburgh. Nakobe Dean will go to the Patriots.
Wait, who's going to the Patriots?
Behind Dotson from Penn State, the receiver.
So Dotson going to Patriots?
Dotson will go to Green Bay.
Oh shit! Oh, okay.
Traylon Burks will go to Arizona. Dallas, they got all the mock drafts that I've seen from Dallas is the George Karlaftis from
from Purdue.
Yep.
Okay.
Booth goes to the Bills, the cornerback from Clemson.
God damn it! They
got Christian Watson in the first round to the Titans. Woo!
Ooh, okay. That's an interesting one because I feel like it feels like wide receivers nowadays. You can definitely. I feel like that's not. I don't think that's much of a reach, but I do think they do need because who knows? I think was it AJ?
Like no.
I do think. You know what? That's a possibility because I think AJ Brown might be leaving Tennessee. Um, that might be a possibility.
They got Devontae Wyatt going to Tampa.
Oh, okay.
The Green Bay gets another pick at
22.
offensive line help. So the
Oh
Chargers would
boy.
take the Chiefs spot at 29 and get a guard center. If that happens, Jake is going to pit. He going to be pissed.
He says,
And then they got Tyler Lindenbaum falling to the Bengals at 31.
wow. That
Yeah,
is.
that's
He
gonna help
dropped
with their
all the way
offensive
down there.
line.
And wait, and then they got Detroit. He got Detroit taking Desmond Ritter at number 32.
Oh, that's a reach. Desmond Ritter is a mid-second rounder. Mid to late second rounder.
He'll be the first one in the second round.
That's for me. I kind of feel that's kind of a bit of I think he should. I think talent wise, I think he's more like a mid to late second rounder. But if the Detroit Lions want to take a reach on that, hey, whatever
He got Sky Moore at 36 to the Giants.
skis. Ooh,
He got 37 Jalen Petrie to Texans, the safety from Baylor.
okay.
He got Matt Carroll going to Seattle at 40.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense because it's like Matt Corral. I mean, obviously with that knee injury, kind of has dropped his stock a little bit, which does make sense. So I mean, God to help Matt Corral over there in Seattle. Good Lord.
And then in the second round, the Bears just can't win. They always trading away something. He got Atlanta trading with the Bears in the second round at number 48 to take Sam Howell.
Ooh, oh damn. I feel bad. Because if that happens, I know Gooey's going to be fucking losing this shit.
Saints at number 49 taking Michi from Alabama.
Okay, that's a reasonable spot for Michi.
At 51, he got us taking David and Jobo.
You know what? Oh, I know Mitch.
If he's there in the second round, I'm taking him.
I know Mitch is going to lose his shit because yay, we got Michigan. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
I do think that Ojabo is not that. Is he? Does he? Oh, yeah, that's right. He is from Michigan. Shit. I mean, who am I? I'm thinking. No, for some reason, the joke is even on my mind. For some odd reason, I do think Ojabo is a solid talent. So I do think he might be what's that? What are we with that? What mid-second round there? Like in like the 40 to 50 range, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, it does make sense. So yeah, I would not. The fact we can grab, they gave us what? Devin Lloyd, David Ojabo, and who else? What the fuck am I? Okay, I don't know why I blanked out for just a second.
I mean, Hassan Reddick probably wouldn't play linebacker. He'll probably
I think more like a defense, like a Josh Sweat pass rusher.
Yeah, what's going on, Educated?
What's good?
What's going on, Educated?
But then again, it's not out of the realm of the possibility because Hassan Reddick is very versatile for his caliber. So I would not be surprised if he is willing to play linebacker.
I mean, there'll be no point in him playing linebacker if
that's true.
Draft linebackers.
That is true. But then again, we also that's where we also picked up Kazir White from the to the what you call it,
right?
From the Chargers. I forgot about Kazir White. Hey, at least we're finally bring him another homegrown kid.
All you gotta do is let us know. Just let us know. No problem.
Absolutely. I forgot about Kazir White. He was out to finally bring home a North Jersey kid, unfortunately. But hey, can't complain. We got a Temple guy, we got a Jersey guy.
Yeah, so this draft is going to be interesting. I'm all psyched up for this draft. As y'all know, the Spotlight Sports Network will be available here on draft day. So make sure y'all come back to see our faces of what Howie Roseman is going to bring. Because you know that's
fucking crossed.
That's going to be at the end of the my hair is brown. Y'all do see this, right?
Yes.
It's going to be gray by the time draft day's over.
Oh, trust me, I'll be having some. Trust me, when draft day comes, I'm bringing up some alcohol. Right? Oh, because it's like fuck. If we make the wrong picks, each wrong pick, I'm taking a fucking drink. But I'll still take a drink if he does make the right picks too. So fingers crossed for. But then again,
the Giants said Daniel Jones is good from neck injury. That's probably why they didn't pick up his fifth option. Do they give him one more year before they sign someone else, or do they? Do they keep?
Because who do they? who did even have a? I mean, their back was Mike Longneck Glennon, but I don't think that's really going to be
No,
much.
Tyrod Taylor.
I forgot about they picked up Tyrod Taylor. I have a feeling I think the way if Brian Dable doesn't, I think they're going to still keep him for another year. But if Dable does not figure it out, Daniel Jones is gone. Plain and simple, he's going to be that another like Mitch Trubisky kind of type of quarterback. It's just because it's like, but then again, I could be wrong because like the Giants, they know how to fuck everything up. So I might be, who knows? But we're gonna have to wait to see that plays out. If it is considered Daniel Jones's problem, somewhat of a problem, but the majority of it is pretty much not the offensive line, not overpaying for goddamn Kenny Galladay, not getting the only touchdown you could probably give to your goddamn offensive lineman, which is bad enough to see. If we get Sauce Gardner, I'm going to lose my fucking shit.
I'm going to get me a shirt to say, I got the sauce.
That honestly, that's a good shirt too. Hey, look, like I think like I said too, I will be willing to take that risk to get Sauce Gardner because you don't see cornerbacks like that, those generational talent at cornerback at all. And I mean, though we did how he does give us a heart attack after not drafting Surtain or J.C. Horn. I was like, oh,
Jefferson over Rager.
No, that's a whole. I mean, we could have had,
but twice.
And we could have had someone like, just imagine we could have still had Russell Wilson. We could have had a Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson back then. Like this team could have been a whole, and obviously still have Devontae Smith. Oh my God, that would be just crazy to think.
So there's still some good free agents out there. Donte going to get a Drake London for the Texans.
You know what? That's a possibility. I think Drake London is a good wide receiver talent, but I know that's going to piss off Eric. I know that for a fact.
There's still some guys who
Man, I know there's some guys that haven't signed yet. I know isn't Baker Mayfield a free agent?
No, he's still with Cleveland.
How the hell is he still there? That doesn't make any for me.
He's not a free agent until next year.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought he was going to be a free agent this year because of it.
So it's still Tyrann Mathieu who is visiting the Saints.
The Saints.
He's signing with the Saints. He's just visiting. There's still Javion Clowney, Gilmore is still out there, Landon Collins, Jarvis Landry, Dominic Sue still out there. There's still
Howie, get on the goddamn phone. See, Sue, I would not make. That's.
He's going to draft a running back number one.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any running backs out there worth number one pick? There isn't any.
No, not unless you're who's the not even like a prime Reggie Bush or Frank Gore with longevity. I don't think there's because like for us, we got a running back in the second round, and then that would have been what Miles Sanders in the second round, give or take.
Right.
It's just, oh man, that's a fucking reach.
Oh no, we're the king.
But like I thought the I thought the Leatherwood was a reach, but damn, a running back in the first. That again, the last person, at least the team to do that was the Giants, who took a number. Well, I'm sorry, that was number 2 overall, but that's a goddamn reach.
It's a reach.
That's a fucking reach. I'm sorry.
That's still a classic spotlight moment with Alex Leatherwood. Hopefully, he don't have another. Well, he's not going to get a chance.
Have you seen what Alex Leatherwood looks like now? Like this dude is lean. That kid's lean. But hey,
Thibodeau, I've been hearing his stock is falling again. What's up with Thibodeau? While his stock was falling, I've been hearing a lot of that too.
It could be out there as combine or as pro day, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yep, because somebody gonna get hurt.
Thibodeau even had an injury history at one point. I think I think one game they said he was coming back from injury. I think something like that.
Do you know the details on Thibodeau, Donte?
Say, do I know the details of Thibodeau?
Yeah, they saying his stock is falling from somewhere.
No, I don't know any details about it. Sometimes some GMs, don't feel don't feel is not feeling him as a player or something like that. I don't know if he's got an injury. I don't know if he's got an injury or nothing. But like I said again, if he does fall, that would be a steal for anyone if he falls down all the way through. They don't have no details of why his stock is dropping like it is.
That's weird. Oh, they say he met with the Texans. Like we don't know where
Like,
he's going to go. But Walker's stock went up somehow because they
I
got
think
him
he probably had
in
a
the
good
too.
pro. I think Walker had a good pro day.
Go on, Max.
What is good, Max? I do see. That's the thing too. Like feeling me. Like, yeah, I mean, sometimes, like I said, injury factors can play a role in it. Like, and who's like if you have like a bad pro day or like a bad combine, we've seen players there's who were supposed to be higher regard, like the number, like the top 5, they fall like to like top 10, top 15. And that is true. If Kayvon drops past 10, I think lowest is either between 5 and 10 for me is for Kayvon Thibodeau because that kid is something special.
DJ Metcalf, of course, everybody's been hearing talks for him getting traded, but the package deal that they want for him is something crazy. Who takes DK Metcalf?
I I do want to say us, but what does Seattle want though? That is the question. Like, what is he asking price for something like DK Metcalf?
Let me see.
Who's like has a diet of what, a bag of candy? I think.
Nope. So it's been. So I'm looking here on Bleacher Report. The Jets definitely can get DK. The Jets will send this year's 10th, 38th, 117th, and 163 to Seattle for DK Metcalf. The Saints could give up this year's 18th pick and 2023 first round pick for DJ Metcalf. Well, they can't do that because they already gave it to us. So the Saints not in the running for that.
Nah.
Detroit can give the 32nd and the 97th overall pick and next year's first round pick.
That's a possibility.
For the Lions, the Colts. The Colts could send this year's 42nd pick, 120, 122, 159, and 2023 first and third round, and this year's 229 pick. That's a lot for one guy.
It can't be worse than the Russell Wilson trade. I can tell you that much for a fact.
Oh, they also had the Jaguars. That was the Colts, but that's a lot to give up for the Colts. Green Bay will give up this year's 22nd, 53rd, 140, and the third round next year for DK.
Okay. For me, I think that sounds reasonable than the Colts one, because Colts, like, you're giving up way too much for some.
That's a lot.
Granted, DK Metcalf is probably top 10, top 15 type of wide receiver in the NFL. I
can see him with Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, if you want to replace that production left by Devontae Adams, who you pissed off, it's like. But then again, but I think, was it DK Metcalf somewhere in his mid-20s, like 25, 26?
Yeah, he's not.
But then again, you're getting a younger wide receiver, so kind of does make sense.
What's going on, Linda? I could definitely see DK going to Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I can't see him going to Detroit.
Jesus Christ.
That's like the Jets going to purgatory.
I mean, there are purgatory. What are you talking about?
No, the Jets is. I'd rather go to Detroit over Jets.
True.
At least Detroit fights. I don't know about the Jets.
Well, they just always just end their seasons. I mean, hello. I mean, that's why they're 20. There's no holy shit. 60. All I gotta say is the fact that he has a diet of candy, coffee, and what I saw what it's like. That kid that's an unhealthy fucking diet if I ever saw one.
I know. But
are you serious?
Oh God. Where the hell is my list at? Okay. So unfortunately, we do gotta go into the NBA a little bit. I'm
Ugh.
not going too far in depth because tomorrow night, right here on the Spotlight Sports Network at 6 o'clock, be back in here for the Fadeaway podcast. We got latest news on all the NBA news. Um, but the play-ins is coming in. But before
Okay.
we get into that, the latest news that came out today that's floating is Frank Vogel. He's getting a boot at the end of the season. Might as
What
well boot him now because there is no season. You might as well just let him go now.
exactly?
LeBron isn't playing tonight. He could possibly risk losing the scoring title because him and Bede and Giannis are
That
literally
is super close if I ever saw one
super
for.
close.
And don't forget too, there's some news for surrounding us too. And if anybody's picked up
And
on it.
and honestly, I don't think it's all Vogel's fault.
I mean, Vogel did what he can.
Why the Lakers are the Lakers the way they are. I
Well,
could put some blame on him.
I blame LeBron mostly.
You got to go to management, like upper management. This is ridiculous.
Like you got to put. See, for me, I don't think Franco. Oh, jeez. Let's say if he does. I mean, obviously, we don't know he's getting fired because I could pretty much sure Eric's probably going to be dancing on stream. I could definitely see that. But you could also think. I mean, yeah, management should get the blame. You could also put the blame on LeBron, who real players should not have that kind of power. In my estimate, anyways, they should not have a power to and it's just. The great late Kobe Bryant's rolling in his grave. Same with Elgin Baylor. And you have Magic Johnson kind of talking trash on them too. It's just like you're seeing all these Laker legends kind of just shitting on you, basically. That's all I got to say.
Donte, do you solely blame Frank Vogel?
Oh no, I don't totally blame everything, but you could get on him about the rotations and stuff like that he plays. Sometimes he doesn't play Dwight Howard. He plays LeBron at the 5. They don't have too much shooting as well, so I think it's right for him to move on from Frank Vogel. But I don't think that doesn't make Frank Vogel a bad head coach. It's just he's not good for this team. I think he can go coach. He's going to get another coaching job. He's going to get another coaching job at some point. And like I'm not going to put all the blame on Frank Vogel. I'm going to put some of the blame on LeBron because he put this team together also. It's going to be some of the blame on Russell Westbrook. But like I said, again, it's not Russell Westbrook's fault that he was traded here and that LeBron did wanted him. So it's really not his fault, but he was a bad fit from the start. And then the upper management for giving LeBron all this power to make this team. And the young guys, Brandon Ingram, who's going to compete in the play-in. You're seeing Kyle Kuzma get better. You're seeing
Lonzo Ball.
Jordan Clarkson going to make the playoff. Lonzo Ball is going to make a playoff.
Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso is going to make a playoff push 1 year after he leaves. So again, you're seeing all these other guys that used to play, the young guys that these guys had,
they're become almost
successful somewhere else.
Where's Josh Hart playing nowadays?
Who?
Josh Hart.
Portland.
Oh God, help Josh Hart.
Yeah, I know he's with Portland, right?
But yeah, it's just like if you look back, and I even follow the Westbrook's career, the Lakers were considering at one point during the draft taking the Westbrook. I think he went to UCLA. But it's just like now it's just like I think Westbrook is still a good player, but he's got to get that stat something out of his head. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I think Donte hit it right on the head. Ownership needs to take blame. LeBron definitely sure needs to take a portion of the blame, and so does Westbrook. But Westbrook did what he could, and yet, granted, you're playing for a big market team. Like, and take a look at us. Like, no, we at times can be very freaking ruthless, and Key can attest to this too. Like, we've seen it time and time again. Some different players that come through the Philadelphia area. Hell, even Los Angeles. Yeah, granted. But for me, like, say if I do play for Los Angeles, I shit the bed. Yeah, I will say, look, and this is the thing too. Like, players nowadays, they don't hold themselves accountable. We see LeBron, and it's like LeBron doesn't really hold himself accountable. Neither does Westbrook. it gets to the point where it's like, how much do we really have to have these players who doesn't want to take themselves accountable? Like, does anybody not do that anymore? I don't know. I feel like some of these players are just super entitled.
I think Vogel. Well, again,
I think Vogel
another
for
coach,
me, I feel he's going to go to a smaller market team.
a
In my
coach that
estimate,
comes in here and comes in with the Lakers need to don't take take the team and tell LeBron, look, this is my team. Like I'm not like no, like you're not going to tell me what to do with my team.
absolutely.
Fire Frank Vogel, who's not good with the rotations, just another coach.
Hey, it can't be worse. Even the Lakers are drawing interest for fucking Doc Rivers too.
Exactly. We're gonna talk about that next. Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, if you look like at the same time though, I'm gonna defend Coach Vogel. At the same time, he did win a championship with the Lakers.
That's true.
And look how he changed the Indiana organization around. When Indiana was really not really good, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I can defend Frank Vogel. Actually on that, but like I say, his rotations can get bad at some time. But again, the organization allowed LeBron to change his roster. Way too much power. And I believe like Russell Westbrook needs to be on his own type of squad. And shooters need to be around Russell Westbrook. Think about the games that Russell Westbrook had without LeBron and AD. He was able to perform. Not even a week ago. I believe I did a game. One Westbrook had a 20. That was against Utah. Westbrook played very good. 20 points. The game against Charlotte, he had 31 without a LeBron and AD. So he does play well. He does play well without another superstar on his team, actually. And then he did play well with James Harden a little bit. He did play well. Yeah, he played well against the Wizards. He carried the Wizards to the playoffs when Bradley Beal was hurt. So Westbrook can play basketball. It's just on this team. He's just not it on this team.
I think for me, just like Donte said this too, it's a perfect example because it's like, players nowadays should not have this much type of power. Say, look, if your player wants to give you input, say, okay, I want this guy. Yeah, I'm all for that. But giving something like LeBron that much type of power is no. That is hell no. But I think if I'm going to give me a best guess, if I want to see a guess where Frank Vogel, I think Frank Vogel can either. I know this kind of might be a stretch, but I think he could go to be part of Toronto's coaching staff. Hell. Send him to Portland. Maybe he could find a way to turn Portland around a little bit because Portland is actually god awful.
Well, it's not Chauncey Billups' fault. They ain't got no talent there. You just gonna ship Chauncey Billups off the first year?
No, I'm not saying no. Send him onto his coaching staff, be like an assistant, that kind of thing. But it's just like I think it's just like I don't know though, man. It's just like it's crazy. And good. That's a good point too. Like if you looked at it, even like during this time with when Harden and Westbrook was with the Oklahoma City Thunder, they were constantly dropping 25, 30 points a night. And I say this too to kind of so we can move on. I feel like LeBron. I hate to say this, but as much as I have respect for LeBron ruins the development of younger players. Even and it pushes and it pisses off some veterans too. So. That's all I got to say about LeBron.
Man, I mean, LeBron, if you coaching LeBron, any coach will be a pushover, except Coach Tyronn Lue. Any coach will be a pushover to LeBron. And you got to blame Frank Vogel for letting it happen and for the rotations, but you do not blame him for what this organization put together. And like I said, I just think it needs a change from Frank Vogel, from Russell Westbrook, which is going to happen in the offseason. But again, Vogel is not a terrible head coach. He's not a great head coach, but he's not a terrible head coach. I think he could be successful somewhere else. I think he's going to get another head coaching job right away. I think it's a chance he could become assistant coach, but I think he's going to be more of a head coach. And LeBron, think about this. LeBron got David Blatt fired when the Cleveland Cavaliers were still in first place.
I remember that.
11 team. So you mean to tell me LeBron don't got that much power and LeBron doesn't ask for what he wants or he's going to leave? That should tell you if he got a head coach fired that was 33-11 in first place, that should tell you something about LeBron when you get a first place head coach fired.
And Donte, if I'm not mistaken, I don't. What year was that? What 20? What year was that?
That was the year that they went to the finals and won with Coach Tyronn Lue. when they came back from 3-1. That was that year.
Okay.
And he got
That's
fired.
crazy.
But he shouldn't have been fired.
That is crazy.
That is crazy, though. God damn. But
he tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired. He tried to get him
fired.
He tried to get him fired, and it didn't work.
That would have been a big mistake. I'll say this too. I think Alex Spoelstra has done a great job with Miami. How long has he been? How long has he been there? I think he's been there for over a decade now.
He's been there for a while.
Oh, I forgot about
Pat Riley wasn't playing them. Pat Riley wasn't having that.
Pat Riley wasn't having that shit.
Not having that.
Even when, remember, I know Burn remember this. You remember that game when Miami was struggling and LeBron James bumped right into Frank Vogel. He bumped right into Frank Vogel on purpose. Miami wasn't having that. Miami wasn't going. That was Pat Riley. Pat Riley wasn't going to play that. He was no one else. He was firing Coach Spoelstra. And the two coaches that LeBron did have respect for and was Coach Spoelstra. Well, he probably didn't have no respect for Coach Eric Spoelstra. It was just Pat Riley not playing that shit more than it was Eric Spoelstra and Tyronn Lue. He has respect for a lot of Tyronn Lue because Tyronn Lue was able to control LeBron and let him know, hey, you the player, I make the goddamn decisions.
Exactly. Any coach can be like that. You just gotta have some balls. Like, look here,
you gotta stand up to him.
My team. You don't like it. You don't have to play. You can.
I can bet you. Exactly. It's just like these coaches nowadays. Like they don't be like that anymore. Well, unless you don't piss off Greg Popovich, that's a whole other different story. But before we do that,
it is 82-59.
Yeah, 82-59 Sixers Embiid. Still another day in the office.
Has shot a career high of 7 threes.
Damn.
He is 7 from 9 from 3. 21 points for Tyrese Maxey. The Sixers are shooting 60% from 3 right now. They're 17-28.
Oh my God.
Against Indiana.
Even though I still see this, and I'll say this too, I still see this Sixers team as still a second round exit. I'm sorry. This team.
Speaking of Sixers, our beloved head coach Doc Rivers.
Bleh. I ain't calling beloved for jack shit.
Has been in the rumors and talks of him possibly being coach of.
I know the Lakers have drawn interest in Doc. I know the Jazz. Utah is an interesting one from what I saw that article.
You know why in Utah? You know who's over there?
Was it what the fuck?
Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge.
Oh my God! How the hell is
Danny Ainge and Dwayne Wade is over there?
Wow.
Danny Ainge is in Utah. Y'all know they got that chemistry from back when they won it in Boston.
And try to replicate it. That ain't not working.
But is Doc Rivers getting fired, or if it's another second round exit, is he getting canned this year, or do they wait to do it, or they wait next year?
I say give him until next year because for me, I always said this year because look what we did. Because think about it this way: we spent over 7 years with Brett Brown. Look at me, and you can't tell me how many chances this guy has gotten the last 7 years, but. Granted, yeah, I think for me, I've always been one of many to call for Doc Rivers' head because I feel like Doc Rivers, even though he's the most overrated coach, but he's a regular season coach, and nobody can tell me otherwise. But yeah, the fact he's still riding on that, and the things too, that championship, that was their big three. The big three won that championship, not Doc Rivers. Yeah, even Doc Rivers had some part of it, but it's not fully on Doc Rivers. So. And you looked at it, and yeah, granted, he has. I mean, we all know that his postseason resume speaks for itself. Blowing loot, and that's the reason why the Clippers canned his ass after blowing a 3-1 lead. And for us, it's like, and I said this too in like one of my shows. It's like, how much longer do we have to deal with this before someone's going to realize Doc Rivers may not be the guy? I say wait till next year. But if they fire him this year, I would be not surprised. I'll be not surprised to be surprised in that area.
I just don't like the Doc's decision making on the rotation,
and not to mention this too. It's just like this is at the worst possible time for this article to come out. Hey, he's cost us last year, so I will not be surprised.
I'm just saying. I mean, Embiid threw him under the bus.
I think twice he did that.
He was just like 17 points. I'm on the bench. Bogdanovich, like you got old ass Millsap on Giannis. Like that makes no sense.
And have you not
We
seen the
won't
numbers
play
that
the young guys.
Charles Bassey's put up in the G League? Like 27 points, or what was it 37 points, 21 boards? Like, what the? It's like, where was this? Like, come on now. And that's another problem that I have with him. He doesn't like playing younger players. That's another problem that I have.
Like, how are they supposed to learn if you don't play them?
I mean, we're seeing what Tyrese Maxey can do, but you put his ass on the back burner like with the last handful of games.
So
I don't get it.
Know. I just don't know what's going on, but it's definitely interesting to watch. I just don't want it to come out now. Like, why now when we get ready going into these playoffs? I couldn't wait for this after the playoffs.
Yeah. But
I definitely would not mind. I mean, it sucks if
and I also heard that they're also looking at Mike D'Antoni. No. Absolutely not.
Donte broke it down on MK headlines.
He did. Let me break it down. Let me break it down to you again. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down with you for you, Robert. Like I did. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Okay. So look at this. Okay. But I'm gonna speak on the Doc Rivers. Like I'm not gonna never say a coach don't know what he's doing because he did win a championship. So that's going too far for Iverson Vlogs. Disagree on that. I can't say that's like saying Frank Vogel don't know what the hell he's doing over there in LA. I can't question the coach not knowing what he's doing because he has won a championship. He has won a championship. Frank Vogel has won a championship. Now, a lot of people give that championship a crediting to Tom Thibodeau, who's the defensive coach on that defensive coordinator. He was basically defensive coordinator. We don't call him that.
Did he go to the Knicks afterwards? After that too? After he left?
He coached the Bulls after that. He went to head coaching. And he also coached the Rockets. Wow. Although the 94-95 championship.
Oh, jeez. So I would not know that. I was never considered. I was never thought of.
Again, he is an overrated head coach. That doesn't mean he's a bad head coach. Overrated, you're just not as great as people think you may. Some people think you may. But again, just think about this. This all lines up to why I say Mike D'Antoni is going to be the next head coach for the Philadelphia 76ers. Daryl Morey, James Harden. Who did James Harden has his best overall seasons with? Daryl Morey, Mike D'Antoni. Had him as a point guard and transitioned James Harden to be a better playmaker, to be a better overall scorer. So you think about it. So you think about that and you put that together. Why would not Daryl Morey do that again? Make that combination again. So next year, I believe you give Doc Rivers one more chance. It's not fair for Brett Brown to get 7 years.
Oh, well, that's all.
You want to count him. You give Doc Rivers like 2.5 and you want to count him all of a sudden. Give him a full year with James Harden in this full roster. You see what he do next year. If he fails again, you can him. And Mike D'Antoni will be the Sixers' new head coach. Watch this. Watch what
because
I say.
If I'm not mistaken, too, didn't Mike D'Antoni run a 2 big man system too when he was in Houston? Because I've been that's what from what I've been hearing.
He ran like when we traded Clint Capella, he did small ball. He did that small ball system, and it wasn't working because we didn't make shots. That's the only reason it wasn't working. But we did make the playoffs with it. And it was working until the COVID kind of hit a little bit. But like I say, James Harden, Mike D'Antoni, and Daryl Morey, they have an awesome relationship.
I'll say this too: if hypothetically, if Doc Rivers can get us past the second round, even though I know that sounds like a reach, but I think he might stay in a couple of years. But
I wouldn't boot him just yet.
That's what I'm saying.
We got to see what James Harden is going to do too. Is he going to sign back with us?
It's most likely
he already said he was. So
hey, I got some breaking news. The Pittsburgh Steelers are prepared to re-sign Nika Fitzpatrick. The deal will likely make him the highest paid safety in the NFL.
Boy.
Oh, snap.
Nika Fitzpatrick about to get the bag.
He's going to get the bag. It will likely make him the highest paid safety.
I thought he had a pretty good year last year, too.
Nika Fitzpatrick. Yep.
Oh, that means whoever Matthew's gonna want that too. Get out of here. But yeah, definitely. So all right, so the play-in tournament, it looks like this.
It's going to be
So the number
interesting.
8 Hawks versus the number 7 Cavs, and the number 10 Nets versus the number 9 Hornets. Who, as this is of right now, things could change, but this for right now, who wins these? Who wins these two?
I got the Cavs and Hornets cutting and getting past that because I feel like and I'll say this too. I mean, Brooklyn is no slouch, but after all the shit that's been going on through, and no, obviously not, having who not playing, and they're having the head case Kyrie back. If you looked at sometimes some of the games that Kyrie has played, and you see it too, like because. And in the one game that I saw, like the fact that KD dropped like 50 some points and that Brooklyn Nets team still lost. So that should tell you something. Like, I think for me, I think the Nets are. I feel like the Nets have a tendency to fall short, and I do think they're going to do it again. And I don't think the Hawks. I mean, look, and I'll say this too: Cleveland thank God, Laurie Marketing was as a thorn as a pain in my side as a Sixers man, and you can take that as you will. But I think Cleveland overall, they have. I'll be truly honest. They have way much better talent. I mean, Trae Young, not better than Trae Young, but overall as a team, I think Cleveland has way better talent because I think John Collins. And I hate to say this, but I think John Collins is overrated. Clint Capella, I thought he's decent as their big man. I feel like John Collins is going to leave Atlanta at some point. And I think that
contract with him, he got a couple years with him. So I mean, he's gonna be there for a minute.
Well, not that too, but I also heard that there was a couple of times where he was actually kind of frustrated with the team. So that could change. That could be very interesting how to kind of keep an eye on because who knows? Because they used to do say a sign like say
it's funny how they signed Nate McMillan to the full-time gig. They was just in the NBA Finals. I mean, in the Eastern Conference Championship. Now they're in a playing team. So Donte, who wins out
that's it's like ironic to really take a look at how much.
Robert, you're laggy.
I'm going with the Hawks and the Nets. I can't trust the Hornets right about now. They may not even beat Miami tonight. So like I can trust the Hawks because of the experience. They've been to the Eastern Conference Finals. Most of them they were hurt for half of the year with Clint Capella. I think he's gonna make a difference. And plus the Nets, Kyrie and Kevin Durant. I mean, I think that's gonna really propel them to get over that hump and get into the playoffs. Now, granted, they're gonna get a tough playoff series first round, but they're gonna be tough even with a Kyrie and Kevin Durant. They're gonna be a tough first round out. So that's not going to be a eventual 8 or 7 seed. That's not going to be that. That's not going to be that. And some of them teams, some of the top tier teams are going to try to avoid Brooklyn. Are going to try to avoid playing Brooklyn in that first round because Brooklyn right now with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, I mean, they're going to look scary. Yes, they're going to lose games, but that combination together,
what's going on, Mike?
Scary. And I got the Hawks because of the experience of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I think that's going to propel them. That's going to propel them to get over the top. But like I said again, we'll find out in the play-in tournament.
Right, and like you said, it all can change in the drop of a heartbeat. So I mean, and look, yeah, granted, I mean, as much as and I think Donte brought up a good point because I think, obviously, like you said, the Hawks do have experience, but I'm very high. I have high hopes for the Cleveland Cavaliers going forward because I look, granted, obviously, take it from us, we almost fucking blew it against the Cavaliers. I can say that much, but I think I like how Laurie Markkanen has been fitting with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Darius Garland is the fact that they're playing, even though they're in the playing team, but they actually been playing well without what the hell's his name? Colin Sexton,
Jared Allen, and Colin Sexton. They got Jared Allen.
I'll say this too. I think he knows. I think told Keith this. How the hell is Jared Allen still fucking 23? That is some bullshit.
He looks like he's 40.
Exactly. This is like this dude's supposed to be like the fact he's. But I'll say that. I mean, Jared Allen is not that bad of a center. Yeah, great. I don't think he did. I think he did had a decent year with Okay, it makes it. Oh, that's that does make sense though. But I think because I think Al, like you said, I mean, it's going to be interesting because the Eastern Conference, like we've never seen this Eastern Conference being this super close to one another. We all know how good the Western Conference is, but for us, it's like, how the hell is this? Like usually by one or two games, it's like, what the hell? But yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
So if the Nets, let's just say the Nets get in, will it be a first round exit for them?
So who they? So they say the minute Nets going, who they playing in the first round?
Probably be Miami.
It depends on the matchup.
Oh yeah, they're out.
If they play what?
It'll be Miami.
For me, I think that might. I'm going to say that I might go to a 7-game series. I mean,
I think they can go to a 7-game series.
That's a 7-game series.
Any series that the Nets play, I believe it can go a long way.
It's going to be 6 or 7. But I think Miami. I think Miami's going to beat them in 6.
It's the Nets defense for me. That's going to come out.
Any series, I think they play in the first round. Whoever they draw, that's going to be a long series. That's not going to be no get out. That's not going to be no fast. That's going to at least be a 7-game series or a 6-game series.
Absolutely. That's what I said. It's like, if they go 6 games, it's like, I'm not be surprised because I think both teams have decent talent, but I think Miami's has been built better than Brooklyn. And think about this too. I mean, and Keith said, Brooklyn has shitty defense. Think about this too, and I'll say this too. Like
Mitch said, Tyler Hero is will go off.
Hey, who knows, man? But yeah, I think, and this thing too. Like when Jarrett Allen was with Brooklyn, their defense was actually not that bad. But once he left Brooklyn, you can tell there's that defense drop off. But I think overall, I think I'm going to take Miami in 6 over the Brooklyn Nets.
I will take Miami actually in 7.
Ooh, okay.
I'm 7 in Miami. Like I said again, the Nets can win that series too, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. The Nets, if there was one upset a team that's going to upset someone in the first round, I'm picking the Nets to upset somebody. If there was one team I had to go with for an upset, I'm going to pick the Nets. If it's one team is capable of upsetting somebody, I will take Brooklyn. But I will go Miami in 7.
Ooh, okay. You know what? That's going to be tough though, man, because it can come down to it's just that one extra game. Like who's going to want it more? So I mean, 6 or 7 you can't go wrong.
So in the West, tonight, if the Lakers lose, they will officially be out of play-in contention. But we got the Clippers at number 8. We got
one more. I got a question. So you said if the Lakers lose, they will be intentionally out. That's even if San Antonio lose, right? They will be out.
I think, but no, I think
no, because if San Antonio beats the Nuggets and somebody.
I know if San Antonio beats the Nuggets, they automatic. Yeah, that's automatic.
Yeah, that's an automatic. Yeah,
I'm just saying, even if San Antonio lose, will they be out or
that's
they
the question.
Okay.
Because then they'll be 2. Then the Spurs will be 2 games up on them. So it's the Clippers at 8, the T-Wolves at 7. You got the Spurs and the Pelicans.
Ooh.
Spurs and Pelicans is going to be good.
I'm going to go with the Spurs because...
And it's possible Zion could be back this season.
Oh, shit. I know, Juice is going to go say something.
I said this in a fadeaway podcast. I know you remember this, Key. I said it was me and Coach. I'm going with the Spurs to make the actual playoff. I'm going with the Spurs because I love Greg Popovich. I love
Greg Popovich is the most winningest coach in the NBA history. Like, yeah, granted, I mean, see, for me, I think for that series, I think that's like a 5-game series. Even though it's a best of 7, I think that's going to go at least 5 or 6 games at least.
But the Clippers would be a first round exit because they would play the Phoenix.
Oh yeah. I know Iverson wants that. I know Iverson wants to end the Clippers.
I think that might be a sweep. I don't see San Antonio.
You know what? I'm gonna take the Clippers to win probably 1 game because the Clippers play hard. They don't give up. They play hard, and I think that would be enough to get them 1 win. I
think also having Paul George back also helps as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if they beat them, sweep them.
The Spurs at 8.
Okay, I can see that. Ooh, actually, you know what? Well, who are the Clippers playing? The Spurs? No, the Spurs are playing the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Who's?
Either way, that's going to be the Pelicans and Spurs. That's going to be a good game.
I think for me, I'm actually going to take the T-Wolves over the Clippers. I think the T-Wolves are going to clip the Clippers because if you look at the team that, yeah, granted, we all know how bad Minnesota was for in years past, but the fact that when they brought in a new GM, a new head coach, still kept Corinthian Towns, still had Anthony Edwards, is still a stud, and some good, decent role players, Patrick Beverly. I mean, that team has played pretty well. Granted, yeah, they're in a play-in team. But they're going to be, at some point, going down the road, they're going to be an eventual playoff team. So, I mean, this is a good right step for Minnesota. Because Clippers, yeah, granted, when they have, Reggie Jackson. Oh, actually, I think, because I know that, I don't know. I don't think Kawhi's going to be back for any time soon, because I think he's still dealing with that. No, because the only one that's back is Paul George.
Yeah.
And we all know what he did, dropped 34 in his return. So, I mean, So, I think, because I know with Donte, because when Reggie Jackson doesn't get going, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
I'm about to kick him out my fantasy team. I'm ready to put him on my fantasy team.
And take it from us too. We know, good teams know how to lock down Reggie Jackson. I mean, look at us. Reggie Jackson is good, but he's not great by any stretch of the means. But we can find ways. A lot of teams can find a way to lock down. Jackson, Paul George, look, I feel like Paul George is still an underappreciated player. I think he's still a good player for the Clippers, but I think I would say that I think Minnesota might out edge the Clippers, but it's not going to be by much. Oh yeah.
So we got We got Minnesota versus Clippers. We got San Antonio versus New Orleans right now.
Pelicans. Right now, right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the. I would love to take Minnesota, but I'm gonna take the Clippers. But just because Paul George, Luke Kennard, and they play hard. If they are down by 25, they can come back and beat you easily. They play hard no matter what time, no matter how much they down. I'll say I'm gonna take the Clippers, but I would really love to see Anthony Edwards playing in the playoff game,
exactly. And I think Wizards fans can say too that they blow a 25 point lead against the Clippers.
I was doing that game. Oh,
that's funny.
That Facebook page was lit up on that. I was doing that game. They came all the way back. Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard is
another guy that's very underappreciated. Yeah. I have always Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard. I mean, granted, yeah, no. Wait, how much is Clippers playing Luke Kennard nowadays? So no, he got way overpaid.
I'd rather see a Clippers and Suns series.
You know what? I think that's gonna be a good series.
I think the Clippers can win one game in that series because of how hard they play. But with the Spurs, I don't believe the Spurs can actually win a game against the Suns. I believe it fits more with the Clip. I would rather see the Clippers play the Suns better than the Spurs play the Clippers. Yeah. Better than the Spurs play the Clippers. Better than the Spurs play the. I'd rather see that series than seeing the Spurs play the Suns. Where it probably be more easier. But I'm gonna go with Clippers 7 and Spurs 8. I'm gonna go with Clippers 7, Spurs 8.
And that's another thing. I can't disagree with that.
All right, so Denver clinches a playoff spot with a win and a loss for Minnesota. The Lakers are eliminated with a loss and a San Antonio win. Minnesota is locked in a play-in game with a loss and the wins by Denver and Utah. New Orleans is locked in with a win or a Lakers loss, and San Antonio is locked in with a Lakers loss. Utah clinches a playoff spot with a.
So who are the Lakers playing?
The Lakers play the Suns tonight.
Oh yeah, that's an easy loss for the Lakers. With
no
LeBron. The Lakers are that's even worse. Well, then again,
the Lakers are out with a loss, right? They're out with a loss.
Yeah, I think the Lakers
are out completely with a loss.
Yep.
They can't get in the tie with San Antonio. They can't get in the tie with They get in the tie. San Antonio own that tiebreaker.
Right. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
So they out regardless if they lose. Or if San Antonio lose, they may be out still. They may be out still.
Atlanta locked in the play-in with a loss. Really? Atlanta is locked into the play-in with a loss.
So if they lose, so they're still locked in that play-in game?
Yeah. Chicago clinches the playoff spot with a win or a Cleveland loss. Cleveland is locked into the play-in with a Toronto with a loss and a Toronto win.
Yep.
Okay, so who's let me check. Who's Toronto playing tonight? Or
not Minnesota, Milwaukee.
I know they're going to clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah, Milwaukee clinches if they win.
I know we already clinched, so we don't have to worry about
Milwaukee
that.
clinched the division title with a win, and Toronto clinches a playoff spot with a win and the Cleveland loss.
Oh, okay. Man, the NBA the NBA has some of the most interesting playoff format that I've ever seen.
But this is the last year for the play-in. Do y'all like the play-in, or do y'all want?
I actually do like the play-in though, because it looks like it gives a lot of teams like like the Pelicans, the Spurs. Hell, you almost had the freaking the Kings almost come back and almost make the play-in. So I say keep it because it gives an opportunity to have these teams who have not been in the postseason for whenever. It gets.
Doug, are you still in rehab?
Oh shit.
Oh no, I think
Doug. Don't make Doug come up here. I will say I don't like the play-in. Here's why. Because you got teams under 500, 11 games under 500, 13 games under 500, playing against a team like Golden State when they're healthy and Phoenix.
The Phoenix Suns.
That's an unfair matchup. That's an unfair matchup.
That does make that's some good points. That does make sense though. Okay.
I don't want to see teams with losing records in the playoffs. Like the Lakers get a shot to make the damn playoffs when they don't even deserve to make the playoffs. They don't even deserve to even for a playoff spot. They don't even deserve it. Doug would agree. Doug would agree with me. Doug, man, one time Doug come up here and rant. And Eric was agree. Any Lakers fan know that will agree with me. Lakers don't deserve to make no playoff. So what's the Eric too. 12 games under 500 in the playoff.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That is a very good point.
That is unwatchable.
He said, "Watch yourself."
Look, Doug know that. Doug even know that. I don't want to see no.
I kind of like
it.
I
don't like that.
There's 82 games in a season, and if you're not 2-8 after 82 games,
in the top
you're not a playoff team. You ain't that good.
Yeah, I ain't.
That's kind of what Donte was kind of saying too. If you're not in the top, because it wasn't usually before the play-in was what, top 6, top 8, give or take.
Top 8.
It was top 8. Top 8.
I forgot.
Doug, I bet you won't do it.
I know Vern said LeBron missed 2 playoffs in this. That's crazy.
I think he missed 3. I think it's 3. That's it.
I know he missed. I know this year. Oh,
the very first year of the Lakers, he missed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he was growing up.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to. That's so pretty much 2 playoffs with the Lakers, and I think 1 with the Heat. The Heat, I think that I'm.
No, he didn't miss with the Heat.
Not the Heat. There was
he missed 2 with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he missed 1 with the Lakers. The first year with the Lakers.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's right. I don't know why, because I think I got Heat on my mind. But yeah, that's crazy. But I feel bad for Doug though. Shit. Hey, look, but then again, like if it was us, like me and Keith would be in rehab. So I mean, well, actually, we've been in rehab the last.
Definitely be a depressed Philly fan. Definitely.
I'll say this too, but I think we've been in rehab since during the process here. So I mean, we got room to talk. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I wasn't a Sixers fan for one of those years. I was like, I love them to death, but I can't say that's my favorite team right now. When we lost 27 in a row. Remember that?
We lost or not? Yeah, remember that? Or losing total of 72 games.
Horrible. So
this is the last year for the play-in tournament anyway. This is the last year for the play-in tournament anyway. I'm glad
they want to bring it back or not.
Like LeBron don't like the play-in tournament. But I finally agree with LeBron on something. I don't like the play-in tournament at all. You got teams that's way under 500 They don't even deserve to be.
Isn't Minnesota like a couple games under 500? What's the Minnesota's record? What's Minnesota's record?
11 games over 500. So, like I say, if there was a no play-in tournament, they would be actually in a playoff spot.
That would be crazy.
The Clippers and the T-Wolves automatically be in the playoffs because they
8-7. They will be actually automatically in a playoff spot. In a playoff spot.
So yeah, because like that's a very good point. Because like the Spurs, it's just like I don't know. Like seriously, it's just like crazy to look at the Spurs. It's like it's, when Ginobili left, Duncan, Parker, like once those guys left, like that team. I mean, it kind of went downhill, but they've been very somewhat of a consistency.
Oh, 2 head cases are at the Miami game. Floyd Mayweather.
Oh shit!
And AB is at the Miami game.
Oh good lord!
Jesus, and B got 36 and 10 already.
Hey, remember he dropped 50 and almost about 20 something.
Man ain't gonna get MVP is ridiculous. It's so crazy.
I think if MVP doesn't get MVP, the one guy I think that deserves it more than anybody else, and that's Giannis.
I would rather have Giannis over Jokic
because I think Giannis, if you looked at it, and the fact that, and I said this too about Giannis too, the fact that the people were calling him a bust coming out of that draft, that and looking back, it's like. Yeah, and he's always like, "Who's a bust now, motherfucker?" It's like, it's just crazy, just how much that motivated that Giannis to be, was it 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, give or take? Or was it two-time? And 2-time and what? 3-time MVP?
Two-time MVP.
I mean, the resume speaks for itself, and it has an NBA championship to that. I think Mike Budenholzer is doing really some good things over there in Milwaukee. And I think he deserved that.
Did it without a super team.
Exactly. I mean, Chris Middleton's kind of hit and miss at times, very streaky. But it's just like kind of pains me to see Drew Holiday kind of ball out. It's like fuck, I hate it.
Another Sixers player.
Glad we fucking failed it. Lou Williams kicked their asses. Like God. I was like, oh, like I literally could not just watch him where it's like, yep, we know how to fuck up players. So I just gotta say that.
I think that's gonna go to Bam, the defensive player. I don't think they're gonna get at the French fry again this year. Please don't give it to him.
I say, you know what, that or give it to fucking Giannis. I think Giannis can deserve it as well. Yeah. Hey,
I would not be doing those Sixers playoff games because I'm gonna let Robert Key and Minch have those Sixers playoff games. So I will be doing every
I'm not gonna do it. I might not, depending on how I want to keep my sanity. So that's up to my.
Remember when I told y'all what the score was at halftime? 4:38 left in the third. It's 98-83.
Damn, they came back.
Yes, it was 82 to 50 something at halftime.
The Sixers will take their foot off the gas. Now you know they will take their foot off the gas all of a sudden.
That's Doc. Like I said, that is Doc Rivers for you.
He only played Danny Green, Niang, Jordan, and Shake Milton. He has not. Millsap hasn't been in the game. Paul Reed hasn't been in the game. Korkmaz has not been in the game.
Thank fucking God.
Nobody really don't like him.
No. Wait, who fucking likes him anymore? Like he's just not. He's been super inconsistent the last 3 or 4 years, give or take. No, wait. How long has he been with the Sixers? Like 6 years.
James Harden only has 9 points.
Hey, we gave him T.I. He ain't been right since Houston. He gave him T.I.
No, technically, you guys gave him to Brooklyn. We took him from Brooklyn.
And he has not been right since now all of a sudden he getting hurt. He playing inconsistent. Last time he was good was with the Rockets.
I still blame on coaching for that
9 points, 11 assists, and no rebounds. He's 2 of 5 from 3, 3 for 6 from the field with 9 points. Maxey has 21, Joel has 37, and Tobias Harris has 12.
Hey, Robert the Key. This gonna make I feel real special. Nurens pitched another clean inning.
Fuck that! Oh, for the love of fucking
Hector
Middleton. God damn it. Oh, yeah. Huge shout out to Bryson Stott finally making the opening day roster, man. God damn. Oh, my God.
I don't think it's going.
I don't think he would have cared
anymore.
Yeah, I think Eric all he cares about now is just watching the. But huge shout out to man. Congrats to Bryson Stott, though, man. You know the fact that this kid, the fact we and look as much as I like Ella Bone, but I feel like Stott's going to outperform him.
Stephen A. said the Lakers are an atrocity.
No. Hey, atrocity is an understatement.
That's bad. That is bad.
I'm just imagine what John Mathis would have probably was.
And apparently Jalen Hurts is throwing with the GOAT.
Tom Brady.
Yep.
That's nice. I mean, that's very good right there.
Yeah, that's another guy I think you could probably at least learn from. Think too, like with Tom Brady, I think he probably has one of the best deep balls throughout his entire career. I mean, yeah, it might not have been.
Look, at least he ain't Ben Simmons, ain't turning down no help from Kobe Bryant type of.
Tonight,
when I saw that interview with Kobe Bryant,
how can you turn down help from Kobe Bryant?
God.
Who turned down help for Kobe?
Ben Simmons.
It's just like
And that's why he's in the situation he's in.
And the fact he was a fool all sitting against us. Get the hell out of here. Fuck out of here. Like, think about the end of the day. Like, this is look. We get it. The NBA is a professional league, but at the end of the day, it's still like.
I didn't say it.
Stephen A. did.
Hey, is we gonna tonight when I do this game? Is we gonna witness the Lakers' funeral? Is we gonna witness their funeral? If the Phoenix Suns put them out of their misery, I was some vlogs. If the Suns don't beat the Lakers, y'all gonna get put out of the playoffs. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
pretty much, Burn. That's pretty much Ben Simmons in the nutshell.
That's all he is a 6'10" facilitator.
And he's the same way when he was in college. Like people don't really understood that. Like, and yeah, no, people fucking dislike the video that I've made about it. Like it's out there. Like you had the same scouting report on him. Like that has not changed in 6 years. Like the fact, and Kobe Bryant once said, it's like, if I don't know if anybody saw that Kobe Bryant interviews, like Ben Simmons is going to regret it at the end of his career. And God rest his soul, though, man. I'm pretty sure Kobe Bryant will be on his ass if he was still God rest.
I wish Kobe would come to me and say, "Hey, what?" I would sit there and listen. Like you really think you that great to turn down help from Kobe Bryant?
Probably one of the. Was he a shooting guard? Oh God, what? I think he was a shooting guard, if I'm not mistaken.
Kobe played everything.
Yeah, well, except for the 5 spot, though.
Right. I don't want to hear nothing about no referees tonight. That means I shouldn't hear nothing about no referees, right? Against the Lakers, that means
I knew. Okay, I thought I knew Donte was going to go there. And look, and like, or don't be like us. It's like, or like be like other NBA coaches, like bitch and complain, like of Cleveland. No, just like their coach kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that on my show on Friday. But I'm tired of these coaches talking about something. Oh, well, it's only the free throws and be
like stop fouling. If you stop fouling, like because we play hard.
Stop fouling them.
Like if you drive,
you can't guard them. That's why.
Okay, shooting guard makes the fact, and I don't. It's just crazy the fact you turn down help.
If you take his line out, he's still gonna get 26 points.
I don't know what's next, man. At this point,
man, Ben Simmons turning down everything: shots, players, getting help from Kobe.
Cleveland, I don't know. Cleveland might not beat the damn Magic tonight. They may not beat the Magic tonight.
Memphis might be.
Memphis is making some noise. I'll say that.
I like Memphis. I like Memphis.
Wait, where's Memphis? Did Memphis already clinch a playoff spot already?
Yeah.
They're in a 2nd seed right now, I believe.
Wow, the 2nd seed? Holy shit. Well, It sucks to be Golden State. What's Golden State 3rd?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit. Well,
But Utah is going to be a first round exit as always. They're not going to get to the second round.
and that's another thing too. I have a feeling.
What the hell? It's 107 to 94. I can't.
That's
do
Doc Rivers for you. I swear to God. But then again, I'm really like that Detroit game. What? I could not sleep after that fucking the Pistons game. I could not. Literally not.
Cunningham had?
He had like at least about 20 something, 27.
Yeah, 27 at the half, 27-7.
The bench.
He burnt out like that.
The bench out. The Detroit's bench
outscored us
39 to 8.
To a horrible. Well,
that's all right. We got Detroit's payback because we played them again.
Oh shit, boy! Imagine
if we fucking took them again, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off even more.
Oh,
and look, all of us we swept Cleveland because did we ever sweep Orlando? I don't think we did. I don't know, man, but
so we got the Raptors Thursday, the Pacers Saturday, and then the final game is Detroit.
Oh fuck. Oh god, it helps somebody's brain cells. I don't think I have any left. Thank God for fucking baseball season. So thank God I got.
I'm happy. I'm very.
They're only down 12. This is ridiculous.
You gotta let Doc Rivers have it. You gotta let that. Stop taking our foot off the gas. Stop giving up these leads. Get the lead and don't let it go. Simple as that.
Well, Doc doesn't know how to light a fire under anybody's ass. That's the problem.
Get the lead and don't let it go.
It's just horrible.
You know what it was? They stopped going to Tyrese Maxey in the third quarter. I'm just looking at what everybody's saying. Like, once somebody gets hot, Doc was like, "Oh, he throws the water on him. Okay, you good. You're done."
Hey, come to the bench. Come to the bench. Come to the bench. Get your rest.
Like the fact that Maxey is 7 and 9 from 3. Like, come on now, man. Oh shit.
MG Nas said Joel Embiid is too good.
Hey, pretty much. That's pretty much what
Doc Rivers is. Hey, Vince said, I swear if Doc blow his sleep, I swear to God.
And I can understand why. I mean, like it kind of and saying this is what happens when news like when this news broke. So it's like this is the worst possible time to really bring out the news. Like say it was after the
everybody was like, "Oh, Doc must have heard the rumors," but then now you go back to doing Doc stuff. What's going on, Damon? Then you go back to doing going to your Doc ways.
I mean, it's just like Doc Rivers says. At this point, you can just chop his head off and stick it in the toilet. And just flush it down. That's kind of how he just. Well, I'll say this, and I said this too. I think a couple of times. Like the one guy I want to bring back, even though he's retired, is Mr. Larry Brown. At least Larry Brown knows how to coach the team the right way. And look how good this 2001 Sixers were. You know, he knows how to get on your ass.
So it's the fourth quarter. It's 107. So end of the third, 107-99.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, they may come back and beat you.
To a fucking Pacers team.
They may come back and beat you. They down by 8 going
into He only played 4 bench players: Niang, Danny Green, DeAndre Jordan, and Shake Milton.
Hey, I remember
only 4 he's going to.
One thing about it, I don't know if a lot of people know this story about why. I think I told Robert this when he was doing that Sixers stream post game, and I mentioned that in his chat. The story about Chris Paul and Doc Rivers' son, he showed favoritism.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers. That's the reason why Chris Paul left the team, and he was going to leave anyway. That's why Chris Paul chose.
And I think where did he go after?
He went to Houston? Paul went to Houston because he was going to go there anyway.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Paul was with the Clippers.
Lead.
He was with the Clippers.
7-point lead. We blew 27 points.
You say now? Damian say he told us hard won shit. That don't mean he not shit because he's struggling. Don't mean he not shit because he's struggling.
I'm pretty sure. I just blame it. Hey, look, this thing can apply to any sports too. Like, if you don't have good coaching, you can definitely see players struggle. And take it from me as a Phillies fan, like we've dealt with this shit for years. I think once we fired Charlie Manuel, what was that, 2014, 2015? That's when we became shit. So yeah, so we can say that for it. It's just like
And Damien, I told you DeMar DeRozan ain't shit and Levine ain't shit.
Oh hell!
And Harden is better than both of them.
Oh damn it, Burn!
I told Damien he's a low key bisexual. I've been told him that. I've been told Damien he's a bisexual, and he know this.
It's just for a team that is even EJ wants us to beat them, but apparently that ain't gonna fucking happen. Like that's just bad.
RB said if the Sixers lose this game, I'm convinced Doc Rivers is trying to get fired. There's no way.
I'm serious. Like you cannot tell me otherwise that his brain is mentally checked out.
Because of like you're at
that will be a point you can ask.
82 to 57. There's no way.
Hey, that's a point you can answer. You can ask when you make that video if they lose this game. Is Doc Rivers trying to get fired after losing this game?
That would be an interesting. And because I have to. We'll talk about that more later at 10 o'clock on my Sixers Talk podcast show.
Damien might as well change his name to Simmons.
Oh, bruh.
Hey, guess what? I'm gonna tell you this. How did a player go to the NBA Finals, 2 Western Conference Finals? How's that struggling? And had a decade of greatness with Houston, even though he failed in the playoffs. How's that struggling? Well, DeMar DeRozan struggled in life. He struggled. Zach LaVine struggled to win games. And Harden is better than both of them. So what have LaVine and DeMar DeRozan done? What have they done? What have Buka done? What have he done?
Oh, wow.
What have he done?
Look, we had him.
What have Ball done?
We had Buka.
And we traded him away for, I think, because NBA Central tweeted about 10.
Is Sarg back yet? Is he like done for this whole season, or you think he come back for the playoffs?
So my thing is, it's like, okay, so because now Donte, I want to have a good question for you. Is Mike D'Antoni a good coach by any chance?
He's not a good coach in the playoffs. He's a good regular season coach.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Not a good coach. But he's an offensive genius, though. He's an offensive genius.
Because it's just like we need somebody that.
Well, then you never know, like with the talent the Sixers have, he may be.
That is very true, but we have a shit ass bench. That's the problem.
Well, he might could fix
I'm gonna tell you, y'all defense is gonna downgrade a lot, though. With him, y'all defense is gonna downgrade a lot. Y'all defense is gonna downgrade, but y'all will be able to score. He's an offensive genius. But not in the playoffs.
Shit.
Jesus
and that's just why I said this too. Like we need others like a Sam Cassell taking over or motherfucking Dan Burke. Dan Burke, of all people, who was a long-time assistant with the Indiana Pacers, and he actually had some pretty good years with them. And if you looked at it too, and I said this too, yeah, granted, it was a 1-game sample size for him.
Okay. I thought he was gonna at least be able to come back, at least maybe the playoff time.
Wow, okay. I thought, damn, he's been out there for that long.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, AJ.
What's going on, AJ?
Well, yeah, it's just like
Devin Booker is better than DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. He has made the NBA Finals, so he has done something.
The thing too, Devin Booker's younger too.
He's done something, Damien. He's done something. See, I hate when you use that narrative because it makes me turn on Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, who I actually like. They're my favorite, couple of my favorite players. But you turned that discussion around, saying James Harden hasn't done nothing, and he made it to an NBA Finals, two Western Conference Finals, and he's the best player in the Houston franchise history.
He beat Ray Allen.
He beat Ray Allen record. So to say he hasn't accomplished anything, say he hasn't done nothing. Yes, you can bring up many playoff appearance. As you can bring up his playoff failure. What have Zach LaVine again? Answer this. What have Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan done, and Buka done, and Ball done? What have they done? You let me know that. You answer the question. Because that's the only thing you can bring up is James Harden failures, which is everybody don't disagree on. He failed in the playoffs. But what have DeMar DeRozan done? better than James Harden? Well, Zach LaVine done better than James Harden. What else?
Zach
Buka done
LaVine
better than
hasn't been
James
to the
Harden.
playoffs.
What is that?
Zach LaVine hasn't been to the playoffs.
He hasn't. Zach LaVine hasn't been to the playoffs. DeMar DeRozan been into the playoffs and stunk, just like James Harden had stunk. Same thing James Harden done. Zach LaVine did it, but James Harden made it.
You know what? It's funny. After DeRozan got traded to the Spurs, Toronto won championship. But
I think Akeem Olajuwon is the greatest Rocket, but James Harden is gonna go down as a Rocket Hall of Famer. At least he's gonna go down as a Rocket Hall of Famer. But like I said again, he has done way more than anybody on that damn Bulls team have ever done. But you say he hasn't done shit. So what have DeMar DeRozan
that's a good fact. Iverson Vlog said Chris Paul's trash, Iverson's trash, Barkley's trash because
that's what I said. And what I say, so I hate using that narrative. And what Damian is using, I hate using that narrative and saying you got Hall of Famers that hasn't won a ring. So you're gonna say they haven't done nothing? You're gonna say they haven't done nothing? They haven't done nothing in the NBA because they haven't won a championship. Rings doesn't define how great of a player you are.
No, it's your production. And you gotta think is too. Like if you look at on the court. Look at Iverson. Like this dude was just like a walking bucket.
He carried the Sixers to the 2001 finals.
Yeah, and that team was mostly hurt.
He carried
what up?
Because I think who's the ones that
I don't give a rat ass. What has he done? And I like Zach LaVine. I don't give a rat's ass.
I think
DeMar DeRozan had chances. He had chances. I don't care if he's been in the league more than Harden been in the league. He had opportunities, and he failed. This is an interesting thing. Why come as soon as they trade DeMar DeRozan, why come Toronto won the championship? Because you know what that means? DeMar DeRozan was the problem. DeMar DeRozan was the problem. That's what it means. You trade away a player in his caliber, and you bring him back Kawhi Leonard, and they finally break through and win a championship. That person was the problem. That was the problem right there. And look at Harden. As soon as he leaves Houston is a rebuilding team.
Wait. He said Harden and DeMar got drafted the same year.
But that's how you know Damian just talking. He be smoking. Damian just be talking. That's how you know. Damian just be talking. He don't even be knowing. He just be talking. Damian don't even be knowing. He just be talking it. Soon as Harden leave the Rockets organization, all of a sudden we're not a good team. So that tells you how much impact Harden had on the franchise. But you want to say he hasn't done nothing. We all agree he's not the best in the playoffs. He's not the best in the playoffs, but hey, he done something in the league. He's a great player in the league. That doesn't take away his greatness. That doesn't take away his greatness and what he's done.
Yep, there you go. Doug said it best. LaVine and DeRozan are good, but they're not on Harden.
Thank you, big time. Thank you, big time. Let Damian know. Let everybody in the chat know. Thank you, big time. Thank you, big time. Big time, just confirm it. Cause he knows something. Damian just be talking out his ass. He just be talking. He just be talking. So, and all of some vlogs have to give that man, they came in the league at the same goddamn time.
Yo, I can't.
And I think that's a good point. I remember they didn't want to build around Chris Paul at one point. I remember that. That team was not the Clippers?
When he's with Charlotte.
Oh my gosh! Wow, Charlotte! Jesus Christ!
Right, we know this.
We know all of that. We do know all of that. He's not a defender. He's not that.
Right.
He's an elite scorer. He's not a defender, but the man has done something. The man has done a lot in this league. I mean, think about
resume is mighty short.
I mean,
yeah.
Think about the impact that Harden had on OKC. They trade him. They don't go back to the finals.
No, that blew that.
The Rockets. He wanted out of the Rockets. We a bad team. We a bad team, Oliver. We a bad team. He wanted out Brooklyn. Brooklyn still struggled. Now he's with Philadelphia. He's struggling to come along, but to say the man hasn't done anything, come on, bro. He's done way more than DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine put together.
Mid-season. I mean, he still have to get. He's still
trying to get accustomed to getting to a new team. Like say if it's in the off season, yes, you could definitely make the argument for that. But like he said, it was Aaron, that depends on because like if you looked at it, no, look at OKC. They had KD,
Durant, he had Westbrook.
No,
like that was in
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be fair. In OKC, he had Russell Westbrook and Durant. Durant was elite in OKC. Russell Westbrook and Harden groomed into that. Now in Houston, give me one elite player that Harden ever played with in Houston. Harden never played with an elite player besides Chris Paul.
No,
besides Chris Paul, but Harden was basically the energy of the Harden. Basically, was the 20 factor of the team. So Harden played with only Russell Westbrook, who wasn't. Russell Westbrook is not an elite player. Russell Westbrook is not an elite player, but that's one player in Houston that Harden played with, elite player. That's Chris Paul. So yeah, Harden still is a good player though. He's a great player. He's still a great scorer.
Talking about wasn't Simmons the reason y'all got to the playoffs when Embiid was there? No, he was not the sole reason. It was Tobias Harris and everybody else. He put up that one good game in Utah with like 42 points.
It was like a double, 42 points and I think 12 boards.
And still lost to Utah. Oh no, they beat Utah, but no,
we beat Utah.
The whole reason why we got to the playoffs.
Houston supporting cast. It was just Harden. Eric Gordon is a B type player. Eric Gordon was a B type player. His supporting cast was good, but Harden was the only elite player on Houston. Far as elite, you said elite player, but Harden was the only elite player before Chris Paul got there on Houston. His supporting cast was good, but he was the elite of the elite player on Houston before Chris Paul got there. Now, OKC, I agree with you on OKC. Kevin Durant was elite. Kevin and Harden came off the bench. Huh? Go ahead, Robert.
Because it just feels like KD has not lost. I think KD still kept up his over the years, though, which is crazy to really think about too. It's just like like you said. I mean, Harden. I think that even though I'll admit this too. That OKC team was at 2010, 2011?
Yeah.
I think they could have made the play going further if it weren't for Damian Lillard and that gut-wrenching. We all know how good Damian Lillard is. But unfortunately, this dude, I just feel like at times, Damian Lillard just doesn't know.
I'm still going to say it to this day. If Chris Paul did not get hurt, I could have seen Houston winning the
Rob, we'd have won the championship. We'd have beat Cleveland.
And that's what I said. And a lot of people think
because most of it was bad luck too. Most of us losing.
Well, that's it. Yeah, bad luck sucks in sports. Either way,
it sucks, bro. I swear to God, it sucks.
Yeah,
they're good stuff back in the playoffs.
I think the Warriors gonna be fine. I'm not.
Oh yeah. There's nothing to worry.
Once Steph Curry them come back, I believe they're gonna be fun.
Oh my God, it's 117 or 109.
God damn it! And David, think about this too. When both Embiid and Simmons were hurt, we sucked. And you got to think of this too, Damian. We told him for years
to carry the team. We didn't. Oh my God! It wasn't just Ben Simmons, Damian. It was the supporting cast. It was Tobias Harris stepping into them games. It was the bench. It wasn't just solely Simmons. He can't shoot to save his life. How is he carrying the team?
At this point, he can carry everybody's jockstraps for all I care.
How is averaging 14, 15 points carrying the team? How is that?
Carrying no
That's
team.
not carrying no goddamn team. And I know James Harden carrying Houston
and out of those 10 years, games,
for a decade.
Out of those 21 games or whatever, how many he was out last year, the Sixers only won 10 of those games and lost 11. So who's carrying who?
Right.
James Harden carried the Rockets organization for a decade.
And Jimmy Butler's another reason why that Simmons.
We did have Jimmy. Did we? No,
that was the year after.
That was the year before. That was the year before that. We didn't have Jimmy.
And you got to think too.
Oh wow! Defensively, come on, Damian, bring a better take than that. Defensively, nothing. Come on, that's all he does is play defense.
Everybody getting on Damian. Everybody get on day.
Everybody,
I told you he is an undercover bisexual. Bisexual. If y'all don't know the definition of a bisexual, is somebody that is obsessed with Ben Simmons.
Oh my goodness. And I hate to use that narrative against DeMar DeRozan and two people that I am a fan of, but Damian make you do that shit. Damian make you do
Jesus
that.
Christ, and it's hard to ignore him because it's so dumb.
Yeah, because all the stuff be so blasphemous. I'm talking about. Told you hard name shit. Was Zach LaVine, man? Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan ain't a goddamn thing.
There's other defenders on the team besides Ben Simmons that year. You act like our whole other offensive role players cannot play defense besides Ben Simmons. Tell him to play some damn offense.
Well, love him some Ben Simmons defending that crap.
Yeah, Ben sexual at his finest.
God damn it, Ern. I'm done. I'm done.
Bend over.
He said when Damian talks dumb, it make Skip Bayless look smart.
Oh,
yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. I would never
a bend over. I can't.
I'm done. I'm done. I can't.
Oh, see, we over our 7 minutes over our damn time arguing with Damian.
Because of Damian wanna keep saying this blasphemous crap all the time. Oh, Harden ain't done nothing. Told you Harden ain't shit. Well, Zach LaVine ain't shit. Then Zach LaVine ain't shit. DeMar DeRozan ain't a goddamn thing because James Harden having a better career than both of them put together.
He the one that wanted Ben Simmons. Now, if we would have traded Chicago, it was something with Chicago, and he got Ben Simmons, he'd be pissed off right now because guess what? He'd be sitting on the bench watching y'all.
Have DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine carried their teams for a decade? Because I know James Harden did it. He carried the Rockets for a decade. For at least 9 to 10 years, he carried the Rockets organization.
No, normal guy. He means Ben because we talking about Ben Simmons because he's a Ben Simmons
did that.
Lover. So he's a Ben sexual and a bend over. Ben over. There you go.
I've never. Well, oh my god! But yeah, shit.
What the hell? Did DeAndre Jordan got ejected?
Oh.
He got ejected for a hard foul.
Bruh.
She said, I'm just here to see Damian get yelled at.
Nah, because Damian always with that little crew, with that crowd.
Oh, man.
You got like a player can't struggle, can't go through struggles. Yeah, like you ain't never seen a player struggle before.
And not just that, too. Like it can, and if you look at it in many different sports, like take baseball, for example. Like, who's the one I can think of? Like, or let's take a think. Look at Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers. Look how much he's struggled the last couple of years. You don't tell me the Dodgers ain't good, and since he's struggling, Dodgers have a exactly. He's got a better supporting cast to help him, whereas Ben doesn't fucking care.
You mean to tell me if I say because of DeMar DeRozan struggling, you mean to tell me I'm gonna say he's not really good, or Zach LaVine struggling, he's not good? Or failures that DeMar DeRozan stunk in, I could have easily say he's overrated. I could easily say he stinks too. He's not good either. But like I say DeMar DeRozan is a stud. He's a very good player. Now,
my last point, and we really got to get out of here because I can yell at Damian all night if I want to, but it's no. But they can't say nothing about Embiid going to the line tonight getting points. He was 5 for 8 from the free throw, and he has 43 points right now. So that you can't say, oh, he goes to the line. He gets only.
But you can't guard. That's the thing. You can't guard him. Well, that's pretty much about it.
But there you have it, guys. I appreciate y'all that was in the chat. Us yelling at Damian. It was all good until Damian came in here, his blasphemous comment. But he's the number one troll. Neither has been all first team NBA. They're just becoming starters in the All-Star game. It's not even a conversation to comparing them.
Thank you, Doug. At least I got see. That's what I got.
Doug knows what he's saying.
A Laker, that's coming for a Laker fan that watches the game. That's what I'm talking about, Douglas, man. I don't care if the Lakers are not good or shit in the bed. I don't care when I'm laughing at them. You good to me. You good to me, Douglas. Douglas, you good to me. I see that's a man that knows this shit right there. That actually looks.
Mhm.
Looks, no matter if a guy fails in the playoffs, but that doesn't take away his greatness. How great and how good of a player he has been in the league.
That's a fact. But make sure y'all come back on tomorrow. We're gonna have another episode of the Linda, rest in peace to your Lakers. I'm sorry.
Oh,
We're gonna have
I'm sorry.
another
I'm
episode of the
sorry.
Fadeaway podcast. We'll talk more NBA. I'm sure Damien's gonna bring his blasphemous ass comments in them.
Or you can
Yeah,
tune
we're
into the
gonna be
Sixers Talk
roasting him
podcast where
tomorrow.
I'll just shit on everything all Sixers related. So,
But come back
Not like what?
tomorrow, 6
What?
p.m. Eastern time for another Fadeaway podcast. Bringing back the Coach's Corner on Thursday. The Coach's Corner will be all NFL now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna break him and AK Eagles will break down some of the divisions in the draft and things going on there. So y'all don't want to miss that. To bring the
if
Coach's
you like old
Corner back.
baseball, check out Between the Lines on Sunday at 6.
Yes,
Sundays
sir.
at 6.
Baseball started Thursday.
Opening day on
Opening day.
Thursday.
Yes, sir. We'll be
No, not for us.
He said it's on the hockey.
All I can say is the Flyers are trash.
Doug, you don't believe in your Yankees? What? So you just gonna skip everything?
No, you gonna just skip the Yankees.
I think
you can't
they
do
made
that.
three
No,
moves
you
in-
cannot do that. No, you cannot skip them Yankees
But
like
you
that.
guys who are, hey, come check me out, especially on Monday 11th, where I'm calling the Phillies and the Mets on the 11th. So that's gonna be fun. And hopefully my Phillies can sweep the Oakland A's, so just piss off.
I think we'll sweep Oakland.
Yeah, I think we. Man, I feel bad for Oakland. I feel bad for Jake though, man. God,
If they beat y'all, it'd be funny.
that would be fucking embarrassing.
Vern, I'm gonna be supporting the Panthers this year. Again, y'all got my
Unfortunately,
guy.
I had
in there,
to.
so-
God, fuck.
I know it's just so weird seeing Claude Giroux.
But he deserves better though.
God, y'all got my guy. But make sure y'all subscribe to everybody on the link in the channel. Rehab does this to you. The link is in the description for everybody here. Coach Donte, Robert from the Phillies Talk podcast. You got Big Time in the chat. His links in the description for all of your Dallas Cowboy news. You don't want to miss that. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. But
y'all want to witness a funeral? Y'all want to witness a funeral? Come back at about an hour and 30 minutes. Y'all want to witness a funeral? Go ahead, P.
Well, we already swept them in the we already swept them in the regular season, so I wouldn't mind sweeping them again.
What's good, Faye? What's good? Faye popped up.
Hey, what is going? What's good? What's good, Sean?
Y'all got anything else to say before you roll out here?
I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna just say one more thing, and then we can end it. Come back at 9:30 if y'all want to witness a Lakers funeral. If y'all want to witness the funeral and celebrate the Lakers, departure from the playoffs. And I was a vlog. I don't want to hear a damn thing about no referees tonight. I don't want to hear that shit. Don't bring that up tonight.
Max got 30.
Good.
And one more thing for me from the Sixers: don't fucking choke, because I'm going to be pissed if you do. Because I ranted against the. Honestly, I literally ranted on my Sixers Talk podcast. So if you like anything Sixers related, or hell, I'm bringing 2 new shows to the network. Depending on, I got to figure out what days I got to bring them on, because you got the Phillies Talk podcast, which is all things Phillies related. If you like Eagles related stuff, I got the Eagles Talk podcast. All that good stuff. Anything. God damn it, Iverson! He's got the tissue. Don't bring the soap or soap or lotion. Oh, Damien, don't start.
Maxey has his 8th triple in this game.
Oh my God.
He's 8 from 11 from 3.
Unbelievable.
And it's 124, 115 with 3:30 left.
Oh my God.
A 9-point game.
What score?
124, 115.
Oh.
3:30 left. They're up 9. But That's what somebody got to say the eulogy. Oh Lord. But let's get out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Doug, stay easy in rehab. Donte gonna have that game for y'all on the Spotlight Sports streams. Make sure y'all subscribe to that channel. We're 10 away from 100 subs on the streams channel. So make sure y'all go subscribe to the Spotlight Sports streams. And as always, we are in the building. We will see y'all next Tuesday for another episode of the 7200 Seconds Podcast. Peace.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you in the hot seat, it's times two. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news.